Discord murder party, let's see who's gonna die. The god of death is ready to see who has to say bye-bye. It could be a writer or a nurse, but why does the seer always die first? Discord murder party, get ready for a game of blood and death.
I mean, a fun game with friends where nothing bad happens. Right, guys? Hello and welcome to Discord Murder Book Club. Let's see who's gonna book. I am your host, one Kristen Crime Straczynski, and I am joined by my best friend, my mortal enemy, my partner in crime, Alex Beckham.
Hello, I'm Alex Beckham, and I'm full of all kinds of Disney fun facts. Here's a Disney fun fact for you. Disney made a dinosaur movie.
Yeah, they've made an amount of dinosaur movies. But the worst one is absolutely Dinosaur. Sorry, I'm about to go off on a tangent. You thought you were here to talk about DMP, but actually you're here for me to talk about how much I hate the movie Dinosaur for like 10 minutes. It's just not good. But no, we're not gonna get into that. I'm focusing. We have things to do. I am also joined by the lady of the hour, the lady of the evening, my wife, Queen Creeps.
Oh, hello, Emmy. Did you think you got rid of me?
Jesus, I don't have a heart anymore, but it just kind of like stuttered. I'm a little... Girl, please.
I'm sorry, did you just call Queen a lady of the evening?
No, that wasn't what I was trying to say. No, I mean like
Did you just call Queen a hoe?
No, I meant like she's the lady of the hour, but then I was like, but it's evening time right now. Like this is the special show. Like she's the
lady
star.
Of the next 3 hours.
No, oh my god. Okay, well, things are about the same as they usually are here. We're also joined by Scott.
Hello, my name is Scott. I have the memory of a snail, I'm here for moral support, and according to the top right corner of the screen, I don't exist. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You
all.
exist now. I literally just fucking added your name.
I exist?
You do.
Fuck!
Sorry.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Noticed.
Oh.
You are beheld.
Don't look at me.
You are beheld. Split Guardian will get here when he gets here, in classic Split Guardian fashion. He'll be here when he gets here, it's fine. But there's an amount of things to get to today, and frankly, I think we need to just get right the fuck into it. So, let's see here. So, we're discussing episode 9, Put the Pieces Together of Discord Murder Party. This aired, toward the end of July. It's finally time for Grace Garden to awaken, you know, which she was supposed to do an episode prior to this one, and, you know, things went, awry. But, before we get into anything else, I think, Queen, it is time to show folks, the preparations that were being prepared. The genesis of Grace Garden. I'm gonna pull up the visual now. Thank you for switching to something cute.
What do you mean? What do you mean the original wasn't cute?
Like, Nya, I'm Grace Garden.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's her, Grace Garden.
That's Grace Garden, yeah.
Arnar.
No.
Oh.
God. So,
actually, according to the screen, it is me, Scott.
Oh, I need to move him. Oopsies. Let me move him. There we go. He's behind.
Yeah, this is a picture of Scott.
You thought it was Grace Garden, but it was me, dear.
It was him, Scott. Okay. Scott's in his proper place at the bottom of the screen. Okay. But Queen, I would like to discuss the genesis of One Grace Garden with you. Hello, yes, please sit next to me here on our little stage here. Let's do this. So would you like to talk about the genesis of this character, the creation of One Grace Garden?
So this is a very interesting story. So Grace Garden predates DMP. She was the very first OC I made when I was 12 years old. And she, at the time, was a self-insert for a comedy series that my dad had introduced me to called The Goodies.
Sorry, remembering when you showed this to us! Continue.
Well, we'll get to Graham Garden in a bit, but basically... so it's a comedy show about 3 men who have an agency where they do anything, anytime, and it is just very... somewhat poorly aged humor because it was the 70s, but I was like, ooh, I like these guys. I want to be a part of it. So I made Grace Garden and I put her in because there was a character in there called Graham Garden. And it was a fun time. Now, every time I have written a book or read a book and tried to picture characters, Grace Garden has always appeared in some way or another. So...
appeared like Split Guardian just appeared.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Split. We are in the middle of explaining Grace Garden.
So, yeah. So basically, when Kristen came to us asking about, oh, what do you want to do for your characters and stuff, I was trying to think of like what character to make, and I was like, wait a second, I've never actually told anybody about Grace Garden. I've never like presented the character in a public setting because obviously I was 19 at the time. I hadn't like published a book properly or anything. So I was like, sure, we'll just pull her in. So, fun facts about Grace is that she was always going to be a detective from the beginning, but she was actually going to come from 2010.
Ah.
Apparently, according to the document, she was supposed to be 19. I do not remember.
Could we pull up the thing, Alex? I would like to see this. Okay, so 19 years old, Grace Garden.
Hey. Should I read this?
Go ahead. Present whatever you'd like.
Yeah. So for some reason I can't find the proper document I sent to Kristen. It's lost in the ether, but
Rip.
So her parents were Alistair and Maura Garden. That never changed. They lived in Scotland until they both passed away in a car accident when Grace was 7. She was then raised by her uncle Graham. Backstory: Grace became a detective at a young age.
Yeah.
She's like,
you don't say.
It's like, how old was she if she's 19 now?
What? Was she fucking Encyclopedia Brown being hired on?
Oh my god! Thanks to the connections that her uncle had in the field, but struggled to cope with the moral choices that came with it. Her personal feelings would interrupt investigations, i.e., revealing a killer would ruin their family lives, etc. What?
I mean, it's true. That does ruin a family's lives on multiple levels.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Grace, could you keep quiet? We're trying not to think about me uncle being a murderer.
Well, I had to tell him. Oh dear. Which caused her to develop her split personality. One side of her was completely emotionless, and she would do her job without caring what consequences or heartbreak it would bring. Her other side, however, would flick through all of her emotions at once, so she'd be erratically happy, sad, angry, etc. She kept this hidden from her job, but her uncle, who had raised her for half her life, despised her emotionless side and feared her psychotic emotional side. He abandoned her, which left Grace heartbroken. She tried to develop a normal personality in the hopes that her uncle would come home, but she was never able to find a balance. She accidentally summoned the murder god when she desperately prayed for a miracle. Wow.
Damn.
Never thought Grace would believe in God. Her wish was to find that balance and become one person, someone who could perform their job and cope with moral choices, but still be able to show sympathy to the people impacted by her actions. What cruel irony it is that she is now forced to be different people over and over again, never being able to be just one person.
Wait, okay, I found it. I found the...
Oh, great!
No, I found her character sheet, but, okay, I found it. Cool.
Yeah, so, I remember with the updated one, there was like, we put in triggers that like anything associated with like detective stuff. So, for example, when I play Watson Ever, he would say that you watch detective shows, stuff like that.
I guess I'll just, yeah, go ahead. I'll pull this up in a minute, once we get to it, because this is, after all, in March.
Yeah. So this was in March, and then probably maybe a couple months later, I realized, well, hang on a second. If she comes from 2010 and she's become a detective at 19, I think I was thinking like the very Franziska Varg-Karma-esque thing. Who became a prosecutor at 13. I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense in 2010. So then I thought, well, what time would it make sense for an 18-year-old girl to get a job without any qualifications? Oh, wait a second. Wartime England in World War II, where that's when the suffragist movement was really at their peak because the women were employed because all the men had gone away to war. So what I imagined is that half of the detective force was called up for war. And Graham was like, oh, I know what to do. Pulled her in and said, look, she doesn't have any qualifications, but I've pretty much raised her. You know me. Like, I've worked with you guys for years. And they're just like, sure, let her in.
Graham Garden hears about World War II and he goes, you know what this is? A job opportunity.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at a house fire and thought, how can I make this about me?
Pretty much.
Here, I can pull up the, because I have to request edit access from you, so I'll just share my screen for this part. So you can see your OG character design.
So Grace, we're going to have to work from home for a bit because the precinct has been bombed.
Wait, you're not going to evacuate me?
No, absolutely not. There's still crime about. In fact, most of our fellow coworkers are going to be working with us in our home.
Why are they? What?
Hello!
Well, you sat on my bed. Get off my bed, Timothy.
No, you have to understand, Grace. You have to understand. This is a job opportunity. You need to be thankful.
Telling us carrying.
Be grateful, Grace.
This is an opportunity. You have to take it.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Telling us carrying in it.
I care not about the Krauts. I don't care about the bombings. I care about the personal murders. There are looters about, Grace, that we must stop.
Oh my god. Okay, I will
Getting
share.
hit by a bomb is a learning opportunity. It's not my problem.
Okay, so,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. This was very good. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see here, this was the sheet you sent me when I asked people for updated sheets, which she's still 19 here. I'm not sure when she jumped up to being 20. Maybe we'll find that in our DMs, but for now, she's still 20. She's still 19. Became a detective at a young age. I think this is all what you just read out.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Scrolls down. Here's your OG art!
Jump scare!
Jump scare!
So I didn't include this in the screenshots, but she was originally supposed to be wearing a dress, like a full
Yeah, you
black
wrote
dress.
down here, she's wearing a black dress, dark beige trench coat, and black boots.
My God.
Which, man...
Oh yeah, here's the extra stuff.
Here we go.
I remember this art style.
So
Yeah.
once again, guys, for those who don't know, for the whole start of DMP up until probably season 4, I was drawing on a 3DS.
Pokemon Art Academy,
I mean,
right?
I'm impressed by your, like, gumption here.
Yeah, the sheer power of getting that out of a fucking 3DS art program.
Honestly, very impressive, actually.
Absolutely bonkers, but impressive.
Okay, so General
Thank you.
General are perhaps learning how to develop a neutral personality from all of the normal personalities she's had to live through over and over. She also tried to track down her uncle to get revenge on him. Fun.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, yeah. The only time her real personality has been triggered was when a character had a previous fascination with detective shows, which in his case, making her remember how much her job ruined her. Any subtle things related to her career will make her think she's forgetting something. However, there's another detective in the group. She will show great hostility toward them as she has come to hate her job. No matter if it gets her killed, she will never side with the detective.
What?
I mean, that has Grace Garden energy if I've ever heard it. If her character has a parent present or referred to, she probably would say at one point, wait, I thought I didn't have parents.
That never
Damn.
came up. She did have children though a couple times.
And then you said you wanted both personalities shown off at least once. The audience has seen a mild version of her psychotic personality once. A mild version!
A mild.
I say this with all the love in my heart, Queen Creeps. What would a major version of that have been?
I don't know. I don't know.
While she was playing a vulnerable and emotional child, she was playing somebody more mature, and her original person was triggered. It was like maybe her emotional side. And then I was like, do you want to play a reflection? Cool. Is there anything you're not looking for? You have zero limits!
That's true. Oh, that's sweet. I only played 2 reflections and they were both the collective love interests.
They sure were. God. Well...
You needed to introduce Skik Millicuddy's reflection, Bambi, and you could have played all 3.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. And then... Oh, wait, no, there's another one in here from... Nope, this is the same one. Darn, I was like, oh, there's one that's dated from July. Maybe it'll be different. No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, well, worth a shot. Also, I found a bunch of other things that have you in it, but that does not matter right now. Right now, I'm showing hands.
Hands!
Anyway, back to what's important here.
Alright.
So then I slide in, you know, the 13th of June, like, so, Queen, how do you feel about Grace being the next reveal?
Oh? I like the sound of that.
Okay, so we gotta discuss some plans. Also, after we decided this happens next episode, just the pacing-wise, we only hinted it very heavily this episode and have it pop off in July? I don't want viewers to think that they're getting an awakening every episode. That's too predictable.
I like the idea of heavy hinting.
Alright, let's do that. I have to do some musing on what I'm currently thinking for Grace, but once I have it coherently assembled, I'm gonna hit you up in a few days. So, now you know. Also... Also... Do you have any music in mind for her? Cammy has offered to make compositions for her, for DMP possibly, and I'm trying to collect stuff for DMP for inspiration. And
I'll have a look around. Guessing you'd prefer something royalty-free?
I mean, we haven't yet considered how often we're going to have to consult our friend Kevin MacLeod.
Let's do on the clarinet.
I'm like, well, I have a fuck ton of Murder God music. I'm mostly using strings and classical stuff for her because she's very, very extra, but none of it's royalty free, so we gotta come up with something, and music isn't my best thing, so I'm collaborate with someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay, I'll have a look around in a bit and send something your way.
Do the clarinet, Grace. Queen, you are regrettably a townsfolk both games, but you get to really play up things being a mystery that you figure out. And if you want to say have one of the personalities switch, that could be fun. I say on the 24th of... Go ahead.
Okay.
We say this the 24th of June, not knowing what is looming on the 24th of June.
This was when I played Gertrude Heffley.
Yes, but then you died first! And then, you know...
So, I guess I have to wait a few weeks then?
Yep, sorry!
It's okay!
She had to go.
You had to go.
A few days
You
later.
had to go.
Yes, sorry for this harsh reveal. Hey, I have a quick little question if you're not too busy.
Go for it.
When Grace is awakened, does she have to side with Vince?
Eat shit. Fuck you.
Because part of me is thinking she'd actually prefer to keep playing the game, because in a way the Murder God did grant her wish and it helped her forget about her old life. But then as she's conscious still of who she is, she'd start to mold her 2 personalities into one and eventually go to Vincent. Is that a little far-fetched? I don't want to steal thunder from anyone else. It would just be like Grace tries to force herself to forget that she's awakened, so she just acts like any normal player.
Nah, it means Vincent has to fight even harder to try to save her, which is great. You don't have to do anything. Follow what your character would do. It's my job to fit the puzzle pieces together, but this piece of the story is yours, I say.
Hey.
Oh,
brilliant, thank you. Just want to run it by you first, just in case.
No worries, I say.
Was there a single Awakened who was going to side with Vincent immediately? Was there a single?
You would not fucking believe how many people came to me going, would it be interesting if my character didn't side with Vincent? And eventually I had to be like, you can't all do that. You cannot all be the special person who chooses to not side with Vincent.
Almost
You go,
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
The motherfucker took one look at my guy and said, fuck you.
Yeah, you go Hernandez is like, I just don't really like Vincent's vibe. I don't think I'd side with
Yugo was never a danger. It was Cammy, it was Queen, and then like... I know there were a few other people who pitched it, but I was like, nah, but I can't remember all of them off the top of my head right now. And then I was like, okay, looked it over. There's a few problems. The big one is you want Grace to resist being awake, and when I went, yeah, that's great, this is different. I was on vacation and totally blanked that someone else has already claimed that. That was Cammy. And they're like, man, they have worked real hard with the idea, and they've been at this basically since I came up with the concept, and I was like, wait, shit, I thought Grace's was different, but it's very similar. Like, like, Christine's literally was, I got my wish, I'm going back to sleep. So,
Yeah.
was legit too similar.
Yeah, true. Oh, crap.
Yeah,
Oh, it's okay. If it helps, I can come up with an alternative.
sorry, that's on me. Well, let's think on it together. My initial thought was Grace would awaken next and help Vinny and McGillicuddy piece together Tommy, well, together. So she helps the good guys get their first big win. Hell, I imagine she'd be the one doing the heavy lifting since she's, you know, a detective, and my plan was to plant clues. We could have a scenario where it seems like her detective side has awakened, but it's only one side of her.
Oh, that could be good.
And the other keeps, like, flickering in.
Well, when you suggested the murder mystery thing, I did picture her detective side to be the more prominent. It's a good idea.
Man, this works for the theme of the season, actually. You are all broken people in some way, essentially, and the murder god really hammers that home. Vincent can't save any of you, and it's breaking him down, too. But in the end, broken people can help put each other back together.
Dude, don't break my heart already.
Bitch, welcome to my writing. I am the queen of making people cry. This is why we're getting married.
Yep. It was predestined.
People sure do help. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah.
I mean, you'll eventually pull yourselves together in the end of this season. That happens.
It took a god. It took a god saying I'm sorry.
Okay, Vincent helped everyone. You guys worked together to help Tommy and help Grace. And Vincent, meanwhile, was having the worst time, but it's fine. He's gonna pull through it. We'll help him in a couple seasons. He'll be fine.
Oh my gosh.
He'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Okay. I love you too. Okay, so Grace no longer resists, but she's broken, just like Tommy.
Hey, yep. Well, I think maybe over the series she tries to balance her emotions herself.
I might have you wake up next episode, and it'll seem like Vincent has gotten to victory, and then the episode afterwards, Murder God just shatters both of them. Because I was planning on having MG reveal Tommy's backstory, but like, with every negative and no positives.
Oh shit, I love that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then the last two episodes, or maybe one episode, not sure when we're cutting DMP off, can be y'all pulling yourselves back together. Honestly, given the pacing, I may stop mid-August. We'll see.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yes, this is a good plan, but it will not change.
An utter nightmare.
Oh yeah, and then this was Split was you were visiting Split during this episode. Oh, congrats! I'm so excited for you. Take pictures, except of Split's face. I mean, I've seen it, but don't.
And don't worry, I'm aware. And I was multiple ways, because every time I pulled my camera out, like when we were in a museum or something, Split would see it and then just like dodge out of the way every single time.
Get down, Mr. President!
Get down, Mr. President!
I was very adamant.
I know, that was fine.
No one can see
There is
the
a
forbidden face.
there is a reason why most of my pictures from Voidcation are of you wearing the Split mask.
The mask.
Yeah.
This is only sort of related, but a few months later on Voidcation 2, we went to Dave & Buster's, and I was like, oh, let's do one of those, like, one of the camera booths. It'll be so fun. So we went in, and Split just turned and faced the wall. So there's a bunch of pictures of me and Bro making faces, and Split's, it's just the back of Split's head.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's fine, I have pictures of you in a stupid lemur onesie now, so it all worked out in the end.
I have it on film.
God.
To clarify, it's not just any lemur onesie. It's fucking Mort from Madagascar.
Is it Mort from Madagascar?
Wait,
It is
what?
specifically Mort from Madagascar. He's
Oh,
the one that
God.
goes, King Julian! Yeah, that one.
Oh.
It's those colors.
Oh my
It's
God.
not just any lemur. It's Mort from Madagascar specifically.
Oh my god. Well, thank you, Split Guardian, for braving the lemur onesie years later.
Of course.
Truly, my kind and loving big brother, always and forever.
That's what I do.
I know. Anyway, so I'm sitting here like, I gotta think it over. Like, do you want to feel like Vinny McGillicuddy, you're helping her, you know? Gotta get that team dynamic going. Yes, the team dynamic. The dynamic of the team.
Uh-huh.
The team.
Yeah, the team.
The team dynamic that we're about to build with these four. The team.
Yes.
The team.
The team. The team that Vincent has. Vincent's team.
The team that is a dynamic.
Yeah, Vincent's team.
Continue.
Yeah. If we do it like I tried to organize the color split and Alex and you, which may be a little hard to do. I guess I'll try. I know Alex won't be able today. So that's the Awaken chat, which you aren't even in yet because spoilers, and try to set a date. I'll just set up a call with whoever's actually available. In the meantime, you should really consider, like, what do you want of your awakening scene? Are there lines you really want to deliver that are super important to you? How do you want this to play out? What mood are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking about what you said about how only her detective side awakens for now, but her emotional side doesn't, it always slips out. I think Grace would be aware of that side and might remember the Gravity Falls scenario, which I think was where Watson ever came from, I think.
Yes, that was where Watson.
Sure.
That was what Watson was in.
The thing with this emotional side of Grace is that she doesn't really care or desire anything. This personality was developed so she could get her job done. So I think she'd be able to be convinced to fight against the murder god, but she make it aware to the group that she's not all there. Does that make sense? And whilst we're on this screenshot, can we talk about that rehearsal?
The rehearsal.
So, chat, the rehearsal at the time, I think it was about 1 or 2 days before the actual episode, and it was me and Split in my motel room because I was visiting at the time. And it was Kristen and Alex on the call, and when I say we didn't script anything, but we just had the sort of beats and we kind of went through a rough rehearsal of like loosely what we'd say. When I tell you the spirit of Vincent Marshall Reed possessed Split in that moment, I was kind of terrified.
Yeah, that's what he's like. That's just what he's like. Hey, thank you for the follow.
Hey, thank you. There's no moment in Discord Murder Party when we're live where Split is there and Vincent Marshall Reed is not.
Yeah.
It is all just Vincent.
Yep.
Yeah, he exists.
Yeah,
He's real.
I can confirm the one time I was physically in the same room as you while you were playing Vincent Marshall Reed was genuinely kind of scary. And to this day, when Split Guardian and I are hanging out, we'll be talking, and I'll like be talking about the show or something. I spend a lot of time going over Murder God stuff, and there was a point where I was talking about some incredibly stupid shit Murder God had done, you know, because it's important to reflect on these things, and suddenly someone's like, I need you to know that Vincent Marshall Reed is in the control room right now. Please continue talking. Vincent Marshall Reed just shows up.
Letting you know. Just letting you know, he's got a mind of his own, he's in here, he's listening. Fucking... So hold on. I actually want to ask.
Yes.
When you guys say scary,
Well, I think it was just more like I thought it was going to be quite like casual, just we talk about it, but you went in full character, so it took me a bit to be like, oh god, what do I say here? And then that's when Alex gave the suggestion of like, well, maybe Doctor interferes and says like, wait, no, don't do this, you're gonna like break her. So it was just the sort of natural discussion which kind of brought the scene about. But again, we didn't script anything. It was just, let's just go with this and see what happens.
It's
that's how I work best, yeah.
You just you have a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy, and when you are also physically in the, you know how Vincent Marshall Reed is already a force in voice, in improv? You add physicality to that, and suddenly it's like, oh god, I have to try to keep up with you.
Oh right, the physicality that no one ever sees.
Yeah, there's an amount of
there's
an amount of physicality to Vincent Marshall Reed that nobody's aware of except the people who have been in the room while you do it. Shout out to when Corgi Vincent chomped on Murder God's hand. Wherein he did just reach out and grab my hand and stop me from snapping, and it actually kind of hurt. You were in the moment, and it's fine. I was also very in the moment, so I was just like, well, he just really hurt my hand, but that's fine. That just means he's really into it.
God.
No.
See, This is why I love visiting. Like, I've seen a couple of you like in person, and I love seeing you guys act as these characters because there's so much more to it seeing it in person.
This is true. Like, I'm not super aware of it when I'm like doing it, but there is a physicality to every character I play, even though I'm only doing it through voice. Like, it really comes out whenever, like in COC when we did cameras, I'm like, oh, actually, there's a lot of physicality that's going into all these characters that nobody's seeing.
Yeah. See, I don't remember, I'm gonna be real, I don't remember much from either of the times that we've done DMP in person.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember as Vincent actively looking for, like, through your husband's liquor cabinet.
You were it was not my, it was Steve's liquor cabinet. I'm not married to Steve.
It was Steve's, right?
Yeah, Steve's liquor
right.
cabinet, and I'm like, are you getting a drink?
Yes!
Like,
Never forget. But we're not
absolutely.
we're not there yet. We'll get there. Let's focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But all that is to say, I wish we could have had more in-person rehearsals because that was fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I wish we'd been able to do cameras more. I think that would have been fun. But oh well. Not enough space on my screen for that.
Just imagine on stage DMP. What a nightmare.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're focusing now. Okay, so it's hard-boiled Detective Grace Awakening, and her emotional side happens next episode?
If that works, I'd be willing to do that.
Well, the idea is it seems like Grace is fully awakened on Vincent's side, and then there's that, oh, by the way, she has split personality. She's totally broken. Whoops!
Oopsie! Yeah, that's perfect! Oh, question by the way, what would happen in the second scenario if I'm killed first?
I'm making you the witch! Oof, Seer would be more thematic, though. I have to make sure you don't die, though. Oh god, and then there was this.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! Oh my god, I'm so fucking
game was a heart
ashamed
attack.
of this. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
I'm gonna I'm gonna verbalize one of, not the biggest cringe that ever happened from when I ran this show, but it's up there. Shit, I just remembered. So, both you and Cammy have the same awakened name, Grace? So one of you has to change, but you chose your name first, so if you feel like your awakened character is more interested in definitely Grace, it cannot change. I will make Cammy change hers.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Grace Garden's kind of a character I've had around for years in my head. I mean, if Cammy doesn't want to change either, then I'll change.
Okay, well, you already had to change a bunch and you came first, so I'll try to convince her.
Alrighty.
3 minutes later. No, I was wrong. There's a Grace in Cammy's thing, but it's not her awakened name. I collapsed to my knees dramatically. Jesus. Has anyone ever mentioned that 13 intricate backstories is very hard?
Oopsie poopsie.
Oh my god.
Oopsies.
Just, look, there was a lot to keep track of. And for a lot of season 1, it's not like, you know how like in the later seasons, like Alex and I would have like spreadsheets of our plans and we'd have all these documents writing all this shit out? Season 1, we didn't have any of that. I just had piles of documents in my Google Docs and piles of DMs, and I didn't write any of it down. It was all in my head.
Yeah.
And here's the
We
thing.
learned through panic.
And here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. If I'd been making this show like the way I would normally make something prior to this point, I absolutely would have had everything written down, because I am not a pantser, I'm a planner. I'm a let me write out a whole skeleton kind of gal. But DMP, you know, it was really running on this improv energy, so I wanted to try to remain loose. For both good and ill.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, let's continue.
I think you did a good job.
Thanks,
Kristen.
I was trying my best. Like, so I gotta do some kind of illustration for Grace. You know, it might be kind of cool. It's like a partially done portrait of her, and I'll say it's a WIP. It'll be like a split screen, half one person, and then the finished piece of the following episode will have both of it. Surprise, bitches! It wasn't really a WIP. I don't know. Any ideas?
That's an amazing idea.
thanks! Do you have any refs aside from the one in your character profile?
I don't, I'm afraid, but if you want, I can snoop on Google Images to find something similar.
That'd be helpful, but it's not required. Actually, looking at her ref, I think I'll be fine.
Will you?
And then I was like, oh, damn it, this is really cool. Man, imagine this. Like choosing a face and maybe Murder God's hand is on her shoulder or something. That would have been so fucking cool, but like... too much effort.
Yeah.
Much effort.
I'm fucking to the version about the mask. I feel like the mask would give away something more about her, which is kind of a spoiler. Might just do a sketch of her so we have something for the episode. Yeah, sure, cool, Maybe I'll draw her following one of the threads like a detective or something. But did she use a magnifying glass, queen?
Yes, definitely! And then we drew the wrong type of magnifying.
And then she drew the wrong... also, this is so fucking funny. So is she tall, small, or medium build? Thin, medium, heavy set? I imagine her having very angular features, personally.
Oh, medium! I'd say about 5'7". And yeah, she be sitting
5'7".
Nah, right, I will elaborate on this in a second. She's an angular, don't have much time to eat while you're solving mysteries unless you're Scooby-Doo, I guess.
Yeah, how long is her hair?
Just past her shoulders, I imagine.
Okie dokie! Haha,
Right,
5'7".
Right,
5'7", medium.
Let's put it this way. This was a thing that got lost in translation because when Grace appeared, Juno became very fixated on her and drew quite a lot of artwork for her, but drew her very tall for whatever reason. When she wasn't, she was supposed to be she was smaller than like Doc and Tommy. She was supposed to be like Vincent height, essentially.
Because that's what Juno does.
Juno likes drawing tall, hot women. We know. It's okay.
We like tall women in this house.
We like tall, strong women in this house. We get it.
Yeah.
But then I don't know where the mistranslation came from, but then Kristen drew like the proper references for all the characters, and I just jumped in a idea like, I'm sorry, 5'11", 22.
Oh, so what happened with 5'11" is first, like on stream, at like around like Tommy's backstory, someone asked how tall Tommy was, and Nissa says 5'11", and then like. I think you either you or Alex, one of you said 5'11", and then the third one went, well, now I have to go with the bit 5'11".
Now see, I definitely was the one who went with the bit, because
Yeah.
at that point I was like, if Cancer Boy is 5'11", and Grace doesn't eat much garden is 5'11", and fuck it, my pudgy man is 5'11".
Yep.
I'm furious.
Yeah. So then, and also for some reason in the thing it said that she was 22. So I come into Kristen's DM saying like, oh, sorry, she's supposed to be 20 and she's supposed to be 5'7". So we corrected it to 20, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, she can be 5'11". Let's make her tall.
God.
It gives her an aura.
So this is so funny because Vincent Marshall Reed for his time period is actually pretty tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I took historical accuracy into account, you motherfuckers.
I know.
I hate you all.
Basically, to comedy for it, I just made the entire Gordon family like absolute giants.
What's so fucking funny though?
I'm so tired of everybody ending up taller than my characters. I'm so fucking tired of it.
Like, you are not the only one who tried putting historical accuracy into your character.
Yeah,
right?
Percy's-
you are excused. Thank you.
You're the only one who's excused. What's so fucking... But here's the thing. That the fact that, like, all of the DMP cast is just comically tall is so funny. And then Murder God is so small. She's shorter than me.
Fun fact, I made James historically accurately a mountain because of this exact issue. Because I keep making characters that I think are accurate to how it would be, and then everybody else is like, yeah, no, they're 6 foot. It's like, what the fuck do you mean?
I'm just a Goliath. I'm just a giant. No big deal.
Everyone is fucking
Like-
6 foot.
Like, when we were picking the heights, like, Spurs was like, okay, no, how tall is Mason? How tall is Kit? I get to be the tall one this time!
Yeah.
I am making a guy specifically good at killing people. He needs to be a mountain.
Yeah, Your Honor, I did it for the bit.
You're excused. It's okay. I understand. You did it for the bit.
I'm so upset. I'm still so upset to this day.
Well, I claim it was Juno's fault. It wasn't mine.
Okay. We can blame Juno. Okay, continue.
Blame Juno
Blame
affectionately.
Juno affectionately.
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Oh,
So this was all.
5'7".
Oh, 5'7". There she is.
Yay!
What you think?
Holy shit! It's like a movie poster. I love it.
Yay! I'm so glad.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for designing such a fun character.
I love this picture so much.
Yeah, we'll get a better look at it later.
So
God.
this is when we were playing the second scenario.
So, oh my God, townsfolk. Oh shit! I just realized I misread. Valencia's a murderer. I am so sorry. I mean, it does make it work better for the drama if Bro makes it though. So
This is my favorite part of the log for this episode. It's just like, I definitely didn't feed her the wrong information. Huh? I've never made a mistake in my life.
see, this is another thing that like it fucking kills me. I'm like, this is a part of the canon now. I fucked up. I didn't even fuck up for that long. Well, okay, I guess I fucked up for over 10 minutes. I guess I did fuck up for a while, actually. I was like, yeah.
So out of sheer curiosity, when you put in townsfolk, were you thinking, oh, Valencia's Uprising's character, and
Yes, that
Valencia's
is,
the
yes,
townsfolk?
yes, absolutely, that is part of the confusion. That is absolutely
That is
part of
so
the
funny.
confusion.
Oh no!
That is amazing.
Yeah,
That is
we're
so
gonna get into this, but scenario 2 of this episode has some interesting naming conventions.
Yeah, it sure does.
Speaking of which, I think we should really get to the actual episode because we've already been at this for like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Oopsies. So let's click on those illustrations and I will pull up explaining, because like I did include the plot notes that Nissa took, but it's what we literally just said. It was literally just scenario 1 ideas. Vincent and Doctor set up ideas for next time. Hawaiian shirts and White Russians are a must. Okay, so White Russians was a part of the initial pitch. That explains something, actually. Scenario 2 ideas. Keep Queen alive. Vincent tries to keep her alive to drive her awakening. Play to Queen's detective assets to draw her out. Trying to get Doctor, Vincent, and Queen in the end. Tommy, if lucky, killing everyone. Betray other murderer to prove a point. Doctor and Vincent work together outside of Murder God to work her against her game for their own game. Queen, Seer, Doctor, Witch, Vincent, Murderer, Tommy, Gunslinger. Leans to Queen getting the pieces together and being helpful. Murder God will let rules stretch to have a good story. Tommy will try and use Watson Ever and Robinella Hood as name mix-ups in the mix. For some reason, Stretch I become Transformers Fleet 3. There's the cool line Doc says, and that was all the notes we had. Other than that, we just had keep Queen alive. Vincent tries blah, 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 they betray. Vincent starts trying to push Queen to awaken, and she starts to lose it. Miguel Cuddy comes in with Vinny, calm the fuck down, and has a super great line. Have fun, Queen, at your awakening, and that's it. That's the only notes we had.
Holy shit!
Right.
Great at this.
So, episode 9. So this first illustration is just that I wanted to show, like, this is just what the bits list looked like for the start of the episode. And we would have a bit list like this that I would have to read at every night phase. And they were almost always this long, and sometimes they were just like 1 bit, but there were quite a few that were large, which is why I kept having to spin the wheel every episode. God.
Yeah.
Insane.
Really shot ourselves in the foot with that one.
Episode 9. We opened. Man, I feel like I started out really low energy. A lot of us seemed low energy. Camp Streamix must have been kicking our ass. It was the end of July. We were dying. A few of us may have been dying behind the scenes a little bit. It turns out trying to run Camp Streamix is actually really hard.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Shout out to
I'm
Queen.
sorry.
Shout out to when I was introducing everyone. When I said your name, Queen, you said I crave death, and I went, "Well, you're in the right place."
Yep.
Nice.
I mentioned that my younger brother constantly reveals his role whenever he wants a new one when we play Werewolf, and Scott snarks, "Murder God has siblings confirmed," and I just made non-committal squeaks.
Well, you know.
I mentioned Camp Streamix, and then I say, really, it's Kyle's game. Kyle wins Camp Streamix. I mentioned that Team Fallen is way ahead, but request bits anyway, because listen, Alex says he wanted to win just to make me mad. So I'm gonna win! And then I snarked about this until Alex threatened to end the stream. There's a discussion of someone maybe paying for a Danganronpa game, which Alex declared he would not be there for, and then Bro insisted he was going to indoctrinate me about Danganronpa. This did not happen. Which I'm grateful for. It might be good, but it's one of those things where I got hyperversion about it, unfortunately.
Danganronpa and I have come to an understanding.
Yes. Correct.
I see.
Felt. Alright, so scenario 2 was our contractually obligated beach episode. Once again, it's the island with its black sand beaches. There's a whole spiel I make about this island and how great it is, and I need to now confess that the spiel is partially based on, like... So my family went on a Disney cruise in the year 2001. No, it was like January 2002 and then December 2002. The dating of January 2002 is important because, like, that meant we were going through the TSA a couple of months after 9/11, and my little brother brought all of his, like, army toys with him, which included a plastic grenade, so we got pulled aside by the TSA. That's not important to this, but... So... To show us, so there was like a videotape we got sent to kind of advertise this thing to us, and the spiel about how great this beach is 100% ripped from that copy talking about Castaway Cay. About Disney's Castaway Cay, their private island in the Caribbean. It's a nice island. I wouldn't recommend going there anymore because Disney is like, you know, stealing your firstborn every time you do anything, but I liked the cruise at the time. God.
You watched Disney Plus, so therefore, you've forfeited your soul to the mouse.
It's true. Actually, I'm borrowing Disney Plus from a friend, so really, I'm using my friend's soul on loan.
Yeah.
But, right, so I say that no one dies in the beach episode. This is the Adventure Zone reference, but this time it's a lie. But in all other beach episodes, no one dies in the beach episode. The murderers in this one were shark wolves. Did this happen because wolves bit some sharks? Sharks bit some wolves? It's always a full moon on the island, I guess. Fuck it. The seer was the boardwalk psychic. The best psychic on the boardwalk, as you know. The witch, I literally just titled it, "This is another weed joke." Sigh. Okay, look, you got the good shit. And then the gardener was a seashell Sweeney. You give someone a seashell every night. Wow, the gifts of the sea. As you can see here, so first Kyle paid for a cameo, so once again Momo showed up, and then we spun the wheel and another cameo happened, so suddenly Uprising's Priscilla, who was a marine biologist, got snapped away, and suddenly Thalia Tomb of Annihilation was there, which is very funny because she actively is like, I literally was not here last night. What is going on?
It pulls at my heartstrings to see Gail's art of these characters here in the year of our Lord and Savior 2025. I know it's not the focus of the episode by any stretch, but these streams were genuinely my escapism during this time period, and these characters just give me so much joy.
I am truly delighted by Momo's fucking water wings. Like it's so good.
He's just a little guy.
Little man.
As always,
Little fella.
we've got Alex there as Dr. McGillicuddy. He just kind of says hi and says I should just get back to what I was doing, which is, don't worry about it, I'm on vacation.
Don't worry about it, he's on vacation.
Don't worry about it, he's on vacation. Gail was Momo, got sent here via donation that triggered the... Oh no, Momo got sent here via donation that triggered the deck of magic things on Fallen Empires.
Yeah.
So this was triggered by a separate donation in a different stream. Momo is once again having a panic attack, can't put his arms down because of the water wings. Cammy, Marina Cassidy, yo, Surfer, here to kick ass compared to the obnoxious tourist, best friends with Chad. Bro was playing Chad, the lifeguard. Will definitely not have anything to do because no one dies on the beach episode, damn it. Juno was playing Stan the Ice Cream Man. Does the ice cream truck jingle every time Stan the Ice Cream Man shows up. Has the Sonic the Hedgehog ice cream. Yay! The Sonic ice cream is MG's face because it looks like death. Scott, you were there playing Old Bay. I'm old. He sells fries on the boardwalk. Everyone suddenly yelled, like the pretending because a bunch of us only just got it when he said his name was Old Bay.
I'm from Maryland.
Queen, you were there as Queen. She was confused why she was in a bikini, and literally actually a queen. And Tommy this time was Terrence Goodfellow. He's the ass on the beach who always plays the guitar, came with guitar noises. Chad immediately asks if he knows Wonderwall. Wonderwall foreshadowing confirmed. Vincent is there.
Right.
Sigh, just let him enjoy this. Queen says those swim shorts look dashing on you.
What?
I see.
So Thalia got switched out in the night phase. Alex gave a great sigh as this meant he had to change the name. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Y'all,
sorry.
y'all, these were the early days where like people did not decide their names ahead of time. So
They would literally
there was at one
change
point
it.
where
Go ahead, sorry.
they would literally change it in the middle of the scenario, be like, no wait, and then have me change the name, and then go, no wait, again, and have me change the name again, and I was
Yep.
juggling a lot of different names at this point.
Yep,
I'm
and
like,
you had to do all the other things too?
Yeah, because I was running OBS by myself. There was no one else at the tech desk at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just me at the tech booth as the stage manager. It was insane. Speaking of things that drove me insane, so we can go back to my suffering in a second.
Go
But
ahead.
things that drove me insane, this particular scenario, Juno could have chosen any ice cream jingle. Juno chose It's a Small World. And that was giving me fucking Nom flashbacks every time I was hearing the fucking It's a Small World thing.
Yep. God, I just want to point out that in later seasons, our stage managering featured, first of all, no one gets to change their names. Their names are set before the scenario. I'm the one that creates I'm the one making all the nameplates and shit and doing all the graphic design for the stage, essentially, so that's no longer Alex's problem. But Alex is the guy doing the doing the X's and stuff in the, on the Roll20. I'm the one switching between the scenes through Roll20, unless I'm doing a scene, in which case either Alex or Jordan, or sometimes occasionally, I think I had Juno occasionally doing sound. My point is,
So, yeah.
usually we would have a team of at least 2 people doing back-end stuff, oftentimes 3 as the show went on. And that's what it needed. So this first season, it was just Alex doing all the back-end stuff while I'm sitting here desperately trying to fucking run Werewolf with only a piece of, like, Xerox paper in front of me with stuff roughly written down, getting confused by shit like somebody naming their character Valencia! But we'll get to it.
Oh.
Okay,
What
so...
happens?
So anyway, Thalia is there now. Vinny gets a complimentary massage coupon from the gardener. He needs to unwind. Murder God offers to give the massage herself, but Vinny and Doc just brush her off and drink at the bar. He has a Hawaiian shirt that he borrowed from Doc now to deny shirtless fan service.
And this is very important to me as I was rewatching the episode. This was one of the only things that I wanted to bring up as a question after I watched the episode.
Yes.
Murder God offered a massage.
Yes.
Does she give good massages?
Well, you see, her hands are very small.
Her hands are very
So-
small and also, like, cold. She doesn't, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got ink on them sometimes when we remember to draw it.
Yes,
Listen, it's like she's doing her best. You could tell she's clearly doing her best. And sometimes, because she has those small hands, she can really get into specific spots. But she has no idea what she's doing.
yeah. Similar to me, there's no way she has the power to give a very good massage, but she probably gives great scritches because she does have nails. Gives great head scritches, just can't do a good massage to save her life.
Yeah. And she'd need a step stool to give a head scritch.
Also that, yes.
Mhm.
Right, so Chad's attacked by a wereshark, but he's saved by weed! Yay! So Momo panics and asks what happened, and Murgot says, well, you see, the leopard got attacked by a freak of nature, kind of like you, but more deadly. Savage. Chad is put forward as the leader. When asked to vote, Doc yells from the distance, what? Is Chad alive? Sure, whatever! And someone asks where he is, and Murder God declares he and Vinny are at the bar. Vincent yells, fuck you, when asked to vote. Murder God says she's cutting him off. No more White Russians for you, which incenses Doc. I wrote down in my notes why White Russians. Apparently, this was initially a part of the planning stage, but I'll be honest, it was probably there initially because, like, that was one of the only cocktails I knew about at the time. Because I don't drink. I knew about White Russians, and that was about it, actually.
Not even really like a beach cocktail either. Like,
that's
it's
just
far from. We could have pina coladas, sex on the beach.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking like Kahlua, like, because White Russian is usually, at least the way I've heard of it, is like Kahlua and then like heavy cream or something, I think. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, so it's like a Kahlua. I don't drink. I feel I've made that very clear that I do not drink.
We are aware, Chris.
God. Kyle chooses someone to get the doctor role during the night. This did not matter because this was like one of the shortest games we ever played.
Yeah.
Folks, of course, start discussing who gave Chad the weed. Momo asks what a weed is, and then Old Bay insists that no, we shall not tell the child what weed is. Momo insists that he is not a child, and I have no idea how old Momo is, so I don't know how true this is. Actually, wait. Momo proceeds to claim to be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, around 20 in Eric Ocra years.
Oh, okay, so Momo is in fact an adult. Good to know.
Yes.
So Marina comes onto the war and everyone excitedly asks where she went, and then Marina says, this brownie's fucked me up, dude. And the reason for this, and I think this might show up next if we go to the next, nope, no. Well, that's fine. So Marina, so what was happening here is that Cammy's, like, power was going in and out. It's the one after that. No, that's the Awoo voice. Oh my god, this got mixed up.
Voice.
Where is the one about Cammy dropping out?
Jesus Christ.
Oh well, it's gone for. Oh well.
I mean, I know Kenny for sure drops out in scenario 2 where like she dies right before we vote her out.
We'll find it later. It's fine. So basically, what happened here is like there's in the chat Cammy going, I keep dropping out. Just say the weed really fucked me up, okay?
Played it well.
Why do you use such language? Momo gasps, and Queen backs Momo up with, it's not proper, in a very English manner. Queen proceeds to ask Thalia if she's one of Santa's elves. Thalia responds with grave intensity, if you call me one of Santa's elves again, I will skin you. Queen responds, I'm a queen, I could have you beheaded for that. While everyone else is a little like, oh god, that's very violent for the beach episode. The girls are fighting so early. Somehow, foreshadowing.
Cat fight!
We have 5 minutes according to my boss, says Chad, aka Junior. Boy, is she ever your boss, Chad. Folks briefly discuss putting Marina out of her suffering, but she's just too high, and she quickly snaps back to awareness. Queen eventually decides to nominate Terrace because his guitar is out of tune, but his alibi is he was busy last night tuning his guitar to sound worse. And then Murder God says, well, okay, well, we don't, and then Terrace, well, we don't want some stupid act of the DM to kill one of us, let's pick someone. Oh, that's what Polly says, and then Murder God says, I'm not a DM, and Old Bay goes, actually, I think her name is MG, that's her name, not the DM. Queen and Chad accuse Terrence. Queen says because he just gives off a bad vibe, something seems off about him, and Terrence says, of course something's off about me, I keep giving away all the massage coupons I get from people. Interesting enough.
This really is a show
yeah,
where you just had to be there.
You just had to be there. Eventually everyone goes, you know what, we gotta send Old Bay off this island because he's old and we're worried about him for some reason.
He's old!
He's old!
Old man in a home already.
And everyone's like, Old Bay, I'm sorry man, we're worried about you, and also we only have 45 seconds left, and Old Bay's like, dude, Old Bay's like, I've been on this island a long time, I'm no killer, and everyone just goes, dude, we're not accusing you of being a killer, we just think you should go home because it's not safe.
Listen, we're running low on time, and also he's got hemorrhoids. What are you gonna do about that? You know, you gotta.
Old Bay even votes for himself because he agrees it's his time. Everyone votes for him, and though Vincent and Doc are still busy, and he just calmly, and then Old Bay walks toward the dock, saying it's for the best for everyone's safety, and then he just drops into the water and turns into a shark, or a werewolf, or were-shark, or whatever. Murder God isn't sure what it is, it's fine. Fish are friends, not food, Old Bay declares as he escapes to the sea. Goodbye, old man, Chad cheerfully waves him off, even though you tried to kill us. Gotta love the energy of the sleepers in these scenarios.
Oh,
Jesus.
these are my favorites when like we reach so far and we turn out to be right.
God. So yeah, more technical difficulties. Round 2. Queen gets an ice cream coupon. Now she can have one of those Sonic ice creams. She shares it with Momo. They're immediately horrified by the Sonic ice cream. Marina is killed by the were-shark, but since she's the gunsman, of course she's taking someone down with her. So in a state of clear manic insanity, she assumes that Momo must not be real and she's hallucinating him because she's still a little high from those brownies. So she proceeds to attack Momo, and Sawyer asks, Sawyer, oh my god. Thalia asks, sorry, I did these notes via speech text, so I'm running it with some interesting names. Anyway, Thalia asks what the hell, I don't know why the heck I thought it was in the story, because it got Thalia right later. Thalia asks what the hell a gun is, and everyone takes time to explain to Thalia what a gun is. Anyway, she gets like this sometimes. Chad says, you can't keep killing people on the beach, Marina. An incredible role reversal here between Junior and Christine. Anyway, Momo's shot is revealed to be a were-shark and gives a dramatic, insane speech before vanishing. Thus, the game ends very suddenly. This scenario was like 20 minutes long.
God, I have a story about this. So when I was there, because at the time, obviously, I was visiting. Split wasn't with me at the time. Split was at home, but Gail was with me. We were in the motel room together on Gail's computer. When that reveal happened, Gail slowly turned towards me with the craziest look in their eyes. I'm like, I trusted you.
That's so funny.
That's why the whole scenario, it's like we were together because we were literally together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
What you get?
Also, as Marina lays dying, Chad says, can I high-five Marina's dead body? High-five me, Marina says as she lays there dying. Yay! Thalia gets to try ice cream before she leaves, and also Stan the Ice Cream Man mentions that hey, has these brownies that got weed in them. Good for Stan. Murder God seems unsure of what to do, and she's like, I guess I'll go get a drink. And Vincent says, yeah, you know what? Go get a drink, relax or whatever. For once, you finally made something kind of enjoyable, which Murder God almost takes as a compliment since she made the bar for him. The ship continues. Old Bay shows up, apparently having cleared his sharkopathy, and everyone just kind of hangs out for a bit, which is fun, but I don't think people realized they needed to back off so Vincent and Doc could do their thing. So in college, guys, back off so Doc and Vincent can talk. And now we can hit the link and watch the scene.
Genuinely impressing game.
Exactly.
I am shocked.
Yeah, it was indeed quite a little performance they had going on there.
Literally, within 2 seconds of the game.
2 seconds of the game, I told you it's an impressive track record, especially considering all that's happened in previous games.
I guess you're right. Maybe she is the good way to go.
Indeed she is. So,
But
we're all in agreement for next time, then?
okay, yes, we are in agreement. But like I said, we can't forget about Tommy.
Oh, of course not. Wouldn't dream of it.
He's wasting away.
And how exactly do you intend to help him as you are right now?
You have a point, but we gotta do something.
Oh, don't worry. We are doing something. I have had plenty of time to look at things in the long game, Mr. Reed.
I know, you tend to go on about that.
I do tend to go on about that. I don't have a lot of people to talk to about that.
You spend so much time venting, you don't really talk about yourself, you know.
You're absolutely right, I don't.
You know, I have a question, Doc.
Hmm?
What's your name? First name.
You know,
Actual name.
here's the thing. You're not going to believe me.
Okay.
My first name is actually Doctor. I told you you weren't going to believe me.
Seems like your parents set you on a path.
Oh, indeed they did. They were very dead set on my occupation.
Anything else you want to talk about, bud?
Not in particular. After all,
Oh, come on. Open up a little bit.
a little bit. Well, honestly, Mr. Reed, for all intents and purposes, you have the knowledge you need about me. You don't need to free me. What we need to free is everyone else, so perhaps that's where your attention should lie.
It's where my attention is, don't get me wrong, but we're still partners in this crime here, so might as well be friends along the way.
Might
That's
as
how I
well,
see it.
indeed.
You know plenty about me already. I'm sure that bitch fucking explained it.
Mhm.
So, not really much talk I can give.
Fair enough, fair enough. It appears that everyone here is from different places and times. You obviously World War I. I believe it's 1980? Sometime in the 80s at least. Got a little blurry there.
The 80s?
The 80s, yes.
Oof. Now you're talking about future. How
Well,
is it?
you'll forgive me for not being entirely sure how to describe it to someone with 70 years of difference in time. Lights are starting to get fluorescent. Communists are trying to take over the world. Russo-American communes basically running everything these days, and, well, it ended poorly.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of that didn't make a lick of sense. I don't know what a fluorescent is, but I know you keep talking about that whole communist stuff, so that's probably a bad thing.
Yeah, and I believe they would have been called Bolsheviks when you were alive. They must have just been getting their starts.
Never heard of them.
Ah, yes. Well, I think Lenin did rise to power after you would have, passed on, so it makes sense.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
It's really not! You have no idea!
Well, I'm sure the good old US of A stomped it. Whatever evil, I'm assuming, was.
It's not that easy.
That does not sound encouraging.
Unfortunately, Mr. Reed, war has gotten so much worse. Right, well, I, for one, don't want to dwell on anything like that. What say we get prepared for the next game,
Yeah, sure.
All right. See you on the other side, then.
See you on the other side.
Okay, well.
Aww. That was so sweet.
Yeah. I guess we can cut back to the shot of them at the at the bar. That might be better than Marina going out to kill Momo.
With a whole
How-
grenade.
How the fuck did we get away with me calling it World War I?
I was about to say the same things, like Vinny really glossed over that one.
He was he's very worried about Tommy, okay?
They were drinking.
And they were drinking.
To be fair, drinking, lot on his mind, fucking all sorts of shit going on. It really is one that he just kind of glossed over, just like, I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm gonna assume you know, listings change in history or whatever. Fuck it.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fine. We were still figuring out what we were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't know that the whole World War One. I don't think you fully knew that the whole World War One, World War Two thing was gonna cause him to have a crash out.
Yeah.
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 It genuinely amazes me in like the 3 years after Grace never once mentioned to Vincent that she was living in World War II.
Yep.
Nobody
Yeah.
told him.
I guess she just assumed he knew, I suppose.
Well, to be fair, I mean, like, it's not like Vinny talked about the war very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I also it's just nice seeing them hanging out, being friends. It just makes me happy to see. I just like it.
Yep.
The fact that this is improv really, like you mentioned this in the chat, Queen, but like it just generally feels like two guys having a drink together. It's just good. I just really like the Doc and Vincent friendship. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about them. I just think that they're neat.
The season 1 dynamics are just mwah.
It's a good dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to Alex, so did we discuss prior to this that Doc's name is Doctor? Was his name canonically Doctor before this? I can't remember.
I think so. I think back when we were under the impression this was going to be a lot more of a cartoony show than it ended up being.
Yeah. I
That
think
we were like,
so.
yeah, his first name is actually Doctor.
I think that makes sense. Man, it feels
Makes
so wild to hear him be so, like, chipper about this before we find out this is about to be a horrible trauma point in a few years.
Yeah, actually, it's very horrifying what happened to him, and he should not celebrate being called Doctor.
He's fine.
Hey, he was insane. He was insane. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he just fucking finally had someone to talk to for the first time in Neon.
Yeah,
He can be a little chipper about it.
Look, he's being chipper about his traumas. Vincent's just glossing right by World War One. It's fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
One?
What?
What?
Whatever that
One.
means.
Okay.
Vincent's like, well, I'm busy with Tommy right now, so I'm sure I'll get back to that later.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
He said he was from like fucking 70 years in the future. He says war's bad, so you know maybe something happened in like 50 years.
Yeah. It's like 50 years
Maybe
is a
there's
reasonable
something to
amount
do
of
with the
time.
communists or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talks about the communists all the time. Maybe it's something to do with all that. Said it's not that easy, so you know maybe in like fucking 70 years shit went awry. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, I'll give it 70 years time. 70 years, I mean, sucks, but I mean, that's a reasonable amount of time for war to happen again.
I mean, that's a lifetime. That's a lifetime, right? That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
I can accept a lifetime.
Yeah, it's fine.
Give me 70 years of peace. I'll take it.
God.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
This is a special tool that will help us later, and by help us later, I mean cause both of these men to go into a tailspin in a couple of years.
Uh-huh.
Yay! Little do we know, we're planting flags here. Anyway, it's time to move on to scenario 2. God. Okay. Oh yes, so in scenario 2, this is the one where in the first scenario, we spun the wheel, and we got the awoo voice, which meant I had to do the fucking awoo voice for an entire scenario, and I just thought this reaction was just so great.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to do Phil doing the awoo voice, Alex?
Ooh woo. Houston. This make me wanna die.
Me too, my voice is dying!
God fucking damn it, Alex. Are you even speaking words now?
Right, so, murder mystery scenario 2, murder mystery party. This murder mystery party is going exactly as expected. Once again in this one, Murder God is actually a character in the scenario who invited everyone to her murder mystery party at her quaint little British mansion, which yes, is actually very close to Villagington, which is probably why it was so cheap. Don't worry about it. It's time for the murder mystery party. The host here has mixed up her theming. Is it a quaint little British party or is it a Southern Belle thing? Oops, she already passed out the rolls. It's too late. Oh well. Is this because Murder God canonically makes a mistake, or was it because I've seen two different kinds of murder mystery party and it's either very British or very Southern? Who knows? God.
Who knows?
So, the murderers this round, well, you see, this is a game, so in the context of the murder mystery dinner, you're out to murder rich heirs or whatever for money, but, you know, just as a joke, because this is a game, obviously. Ha 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 ha. The seer is the detective, a capable sleuth. Ooh. The witch, my house staff, which I do not pay very well, but listen, I figured I'd let you play to spice things up. You have access to a first aid kit and Windex. People should not drink Windex. The cook gives treats, is the gardener. Hooray! Our characters this time were Juno as Dean Denzel Dennis III, aka King DDD. Literally goes by Triple D from a place some may call Dreamland. Canonically, this is our first appearance of King DDD. I had—
He is risen!
It certainly won't be the last.
pattern begins.
I had no way of knowing where this was going.
He has returned from the DD dead to bless us all!
Yes. Doc shows up dressed as someone from the 1890s? Or is the bit supposed to be that he's actually dressed normally? I'm confused.
He's dressed normally, and the joke is like, oh, I see, I thought the handwriting said come from the 1980s, but you said from the 1890s.
God's like, sorry, you're gonna have to change. Didn't bring a spare.
And Doc said no.
He's like, well, I didn't bring a spare outfit. Just like, thank you. Sorry, I took notes through speech text, so this came out a little confused. Kemi, Grand Duchess Catherine Nikolov, doing a full-on "It's me, Anastasia, Grandma, it's me, Anastasia" bit. Her second husband is cheating on her. Murder God stage whispers that she's so glad she invited her because she's such a good actor. Gale was there as a spooky ghost kid, is not actually there because Gale was not actually a part of the scenario because Gale was overflow for this one. But because Gale was in the same room as Queen, I choose to believe that Murder God just let Thorin run around as a little ghost kid having fun and not being involved in getting murdered at all, because that sounds fun. Queen as Madeline Gavin. Kinda awkward as her role asks if she should say anything else, and Murder God just says, okay, sure, whatever, just go eat something. Whatever.
God, I remember this. So the original name I was going to go with was Giselle Gavin, which was another OC of mine, Ace Attorney OC of mine. But then I thought, no, the initials are the same. That'd be too obvious.
And the audience might get it if you put GG as the initials.
Obviously. God, Nissa was playing Tommy and Grocket Raccoon. Tommy is, of course, the cute little tree, and the little tree constantly saying, "I am Tommy." And and King DD says, "This seems familiar." Well, Murder God just sighs and says, "It's fine, don't worry about it," and desperately tries to move on. To try to fill in a reason for why this is happening, Murder God declares that she has a friend who's a scientist, and they sent over a raccoon to be a part of her party. It's fine. Bro, playing Valencia Rose. Pleasant, chill, southern. About to super fuck up Vincent Marshall Reed by existing, and about to super fuck up this game by existing. Uprising, playing Priscilla. So she was the marine biologist from the beach scenario, and basically because Thalia showed up, she has just been poofed to this party. She just canonically shows up in her beach clothes, and Murder God just kind of... Murder God says, "You're supposed to change." "Okay, whatever, I'll work with this. I'm so sorry. You have to change out of your lovely bikini and put on this spare dress." "I know, I'm sorry, the beach scenario is over. I'm mad about it too, but we have to move on."
Not supposed to be here. Click, drag,
Yep.
drop.
Phil's playing Oscar Pistorius? I think this is some kind of rock, probably. Goes by Ozzy.
Yeah, he was doing the voice of Korg from Thor 3.
Oh!
The rock man there.
I completely forgot. Well, He's going by Oz. Doc says he feels as if he should be insulted, and Ozzy says, no, it's the name of a rock. It's just a little bit of rock humor. His thing is geology jokes. That's the bit. He's just constantly making rock jokes. Scott playing Oliver Garden. Equally awkward as Madeline. Very southern. As if he... God... I wrote down a note here, but this does not. He just sort of... He asked Murder God something, Murder God says, no, you cannot. And he stutters and moves aside. And that's all I wrote down. I wish I know what that said, but we'll never know.
I wish all
Vincent's...
of the scenes.
I totally chose that last name intentionally. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
God, I wish he lasted a few more scenes, only because this was like the first hint of the Grace and Percy sibling relationship. The fact that she immediately went to him to make sure he was okay.
Aww. And Vincent's there. Murder God snarks that Vincent knows nothing about murder mysteries, and he's never been to one before, and he just tells her to go fuck herself. So Murder God says she's gonna prep the party and everyone should just enjoy the gardens, and all the characters proceed to riff off each other for a while instead of going straight into the night phase. So Grand Duchess Catherine offers wine and everyone in chorus says yes. Specifically Vincent goes, God, yes, for alcohol. And Murder God says, Vinny, you have a problem. And he goes, fuck you. And then Doc says, any alcohol is good as long as it's not a White Russian.
I pointed out before, I can't believe that Grace didn't awaken from the fact that everyone just kept saying grape garden over and over again.
What a
grape garden, you know.
The great garden that's happening. Ooh. But yeah, the wheel spin strikes and everyone has shonen anime syndrome, so everyone is forced to talk like they're in a shonen anime for one round. I completely forgot about this one. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I was watching this back and it pained me that Cammy was like the only one doing it.
Yeah.
The reason why I wasn't doing it was because I just didn't understand what we were supposed to be doing. And also because I was so in the mindset of like, this is my awakening and it's happening now that I just didn't know.
It's okay, you had other shit going on. So functionally, the only person who does this is Cammy, where Cammy's whole bit is that she's a voice actor who was specifically hired to make this party better. So now she has to do the multiple role of a voice actor who is supposed to be playing this "It's me, Anastasia" character, but also that character now has to be a shonen anime protagonist. Honestly, she is doing the work. Meanwhile, Alex started to do Master Roshi and then realized, wait, I know a different anime character, and suddenly Speed Racer happened.
Yeah, it was a different anime character who I know for sure would have been around in the 80s, and it was Speed Racer. Yeah. And thus began this incomprehensible nightmare. Again, Alex, are you even speaking words right now? Of me being Speed Racer. Because I can talk pretty damn fast, and that was Speed Racer's whole thing, was talking a million words a second. So it was just this incomprehensible nightmare of Uwu Murder God and me yelling at Speed Racer with a microphone that could barely handle it.
And Cammy's doing shonen anime scenario shit, and meanwhile Grace is like, you know, being very serious. And meanwhile, Oliver Garden has died because he's the one that dies first. Rip to Scott, who died first in both games.
Oh.
I just gotta say, I still get nightmares of the he's going over that cliff bit.
God. We're not even there yet.
We're not even going over that cliff.
God.
He's not even going over the cliff yet.
I'm struck by the Uwu voice, and the first thing I say is, uh-oh, Uwu, it looks like if you die in the game, you die in real life. Incredible. Oliver Garden is murdered. Madeline responds very intensely with, I knew this was too good to be true. Damn it. And she clearly gets very angry. Folks are a little shaken by how intense she gets about it. Doc and Vincent immediately nominate Madeline as leader because they sure are trying to get her to wake up. Smooth move for both of them. Fuck yeah. Murder God, meanwhile, goes, I hate this so much. Somebody please save me. Girl, you'll get saved, but not in the way you think. Way later from now. When asked yay or nay, Oscar says, I say yay, we shouldn't take this moment for granted. I hate him. And that's why I wrote this pun down. Vincent is given a rock cake, which he barely reacts to. Oh, and then I had to tell Vincent I forgot to tell him he got a rock cake, but again I had to use the Awu voice, and boy does the Awu really mess with ours, so I'm like, walk cake? Walk cake.
Yeah.
Walk cake.
Yeah, thanks. I know what that is.
I'm trying to get everyone's votes, and when Murder Doc snarks back in his Master Roshi voice that there is no W in his last name while the Murder God is forced to try to woo his name. And then Doc does the Speed Racer bit. Madeline says, "You may need to slow down," and then Cammy in full shonen mode goes, "No, I understand him perfectly."
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I just went even faster.
Oscar is clearly the gardener as he gave Vincent Marshall Reed a rock cake. Priscilla was studying the fish in the pond during round 1. We were really committing to her being spirited away from the beach scenario. Good for her. Grocket the raccoon says he was busy getting soil for his little tree friend here. His tree friend says, "I am Tommy," and Murder God quickly corrects, "No, you are not." She is just not having a good time at this murder mystery dinner that she hosted. She made this nice dinner and everyone's fucking it up. Poor Madeline accidentally makes a pun by saying she's going out on a limb here, which Murder God then points out, and Madeline clearly gets a little frustrated saying, "I'm not trying to be funny." Grace Garden is just kind of here already.
She is! Like, you look at Madeline, this is just season 3, season 4 Grace.
It's very clearly, like, she's already pretty much being Grace Garden. She just needs to realize that she's Grace Garden. Vinny and Murder God continue to swear at each other, and then Madeline yells at him to stop swearing. The spite in her saying, "Vincent, stop swearing." Truly, Grace Garden is already here. "Vincent, why aren't you coming to her tea party? She made biscuits."
Yeah.
Speed Racer nominates, or rather accuses, Grand Duchess Catherine, and then gives his prosecution so quickly that no one can understand him. Priscilla backs him up, pushing her glasses up shonen style before explaining her reasoning. DMP is so unhinged. Catherine declares that no, actually, she's just a voice actor who was hired to play Catherine, but now suddenly she has to do this anime voice. She's so confused. She's doing her best. The vote proceeds anyway. Shout out to the pun wherein Oscar is asked to vote, and he says, "Well, if I don't, she may commit basalt."
Oh god, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Catherine is voted
I'm
out.
going to fly all the way to the UK to punch Phil in the face for this fucking 5 years later.
I love this.
Catherine is voted out and just kind of vanishes because Cammy's power finally went out. She didn't even get to give last words because she finally just poof was gone. Round 2 happens. Tommy literally gets a glass of dirt at the start of round 2. Very thoughtful of Oscar to be so kind. Murder God gives him a curly straw for his cup of dirt.
Jesus.
Priscilla is murdered in the night. She was a townsfolk. And this is where I got confused. Yeah, because Priscilla was indeed a townsfolk. So when you asked who Valencia was, I was like, oh, she's a townsfolk. God damn it! You know, all this time I've thought, oh my god, it's because I'm such a fuck up. But with this added context, I'm like, no, it's still my fault. But it's not entirely my fault. This is an understandable confusion. So Priscilla is murdered. Her body is kind of draped on the table during dinner. The level of drama that she deserves. Tanner is added via wheel spin. The Tanner is chaos, Alex declares. So now I have to ask how Oz feels about the Tanner role in Mafia.
So this reminded me of another thing. You also asked Oz, why are we friends? Because he was going as Oz, and I just went he to that when you were talking about Phil's character going as Oz. I don't think we named him Ozelthog at that point. I think he was going by something else, but like even then in hindsight, he. How does Ozelthog feel about the Tanner role? He feels like has the potential for so many shenanigans. He's fine with the Tanner role, as we had it in the first couple seasons, where it doesn't cause an immediate end to the game if they're voted out.
That makes sense. Sensible.
Fair.
A sensible choice for him from once. Okay.
Some of us are really good at making sure our lives are ended.
God, so even, okay, so to add to the chaos, I even said, so basically, so Uprising was AFK when she died, and everyone's like, what are her last words? And I say, well, Valencia's away right now, and everyone's like, you mean Priscilla? And I go, haha, yeah! Yes, Priscilla! Oh my god. There is a full bit where I offer, she's never made a mistake in her life.
Never once.
never once.
There is a full bit where I offer everyone pumpkin ginger soup, and then Phil says, what do I look like, a white girl? And Doc says, hey, don't insult our cook. And then the cook says, and then Phil says, can I get some pomegranates? And then I say, no, those don't come until next week. And then Juno says, thank you for my life. And I'm like, was this a bit? Was this a bit in 2018 that I don't remember at all now? What? I don't know what this was about. This was in fact the point where I gave you the wrong seer roll. So there it is. Murder Gods, haha, I totally didn't fuck up face. She's never made a mistake in her life.
God, so that full art, I said in chat, that full artwork, I drew this and then went to Kikyo like, hey Kikyo, I can't fit the other characters on my really tiny screen.
Yeah, I can see the problem. Also, you
Yeah.
gave her a necklace.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful. But yes, she's never made a mistake in her life, except...
Yeah, except once, back in the 80s. The 80s were a wild time.
Isn't McGillicuddy from the 80s?
Yes.
She would very much insist McGillicuddy is not her fault. It's nothing to do with her. And frankly, she's done nothing wrong ever.
I was talking about a math test back in the 80s. What did you think I was talking about?
And then she'd just get mad about the fact that she's notably bad at math. How dare you point out her true weakness, algebra. Spoilers, that's how you guys beat her.
I'll fail since I'm bad at math too.
And then nobody won Discord Murder Party.
Well,
Rip.
Well,
that's my best John impression.
Also, this.
Ugh,
What the fuck?
despicable.
We should have seen the original.
Show
that. Need that buried forever.
You're both fired. You're both fired!
Oh,
It's
well,
terrifying. Okay, no, move, different screen, I'm begging you. Please.
Oh, God, get rid of it.
I'll cut
I will
out
make that
right
a
as you were
third
saying
one.
no, so I'm all... You all cut out right as you were saying no, so I can only assume you were saying yes, keep this on screen.
No, next screen.
Oh, get rid of it. It
I
is
will
so
make this-
uncomfortable.
I will actively make this a server emoji just out of spite.
There we go, there we go.
Please, no.
Hey, I had no say in that.
Fired.
Yes, our secret plan to make Vincent's life easier is working.
I mean, if I remove players, I just add more. Or I just say now the souls are missing, he'll never win. Darn.
Juno, the only person trying to help Vincent Marshall Reed.
Yep. Juno, wrong chat.
I didn't see the DDD worship channel in this server, so...
Oh, well, there you go. And thus was the DDD Worship
Thus was
Channel
the DDD
born!
Worship Channel born. But we'll get to that. That's not really related.
To this day.
Okay, so...
Oh my god.
The way you decided to interpret this was that Doc had fed her bad info? I don't know how you came up with this.
I was trying to play into the story of like, well, if Doc and Vinny were trying to like push her into this, maybe they were trying to mess with her or like trying to twist the story in a way, which is why I came up with this. And we had the idea canon for about 10 minutes, and then you were like, actually no, we'll just play it so Murder God made the mistake.
Yeah, sorry.
Since I was, it's worth making sure what.
Let's see here.
That's really funny.
So Madeline's trying to put the pieces together. Vincent kind of pushes her, and she says she's trying to take things at her own pace, only for Vincent to say, I'm trying, you know, maybe don't go so that you get killed. Of course, Madeline snipes back at him. It really do be like this.
Forever.
Vincent suggests Valencia because she hasn't spoken, and Madeline says, no, it can't be Valencia because Valencia was with her. No, Grace Garden, you've been fed false information. Grockett calls Madeline Robinella, which of course catches Madeline's attention. Murder God awkwardly says her name is Madeline. Haha, definitely Madeline, not Robinella. Multiple people said they didn't know where DDD was, and Vincent offers to point that out, which Madeline responds, why did you appoint me to leader if you're trying to direct things? And Vincent said he's just trying to help. DDD's accused. Valencia mentions during the votes that she's been quiet because she's been bothered by Catherine's death or exit from the party. She got arrested. Catherine didn't die, I swear, probably. DDD's voted out, which she laughs and says he wanted. Murder God is confused and then shrugs and shoves him out of the door. Well, if you want out of my murder mystery so bad, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you can go. And thus the Tanner wins. Yay! So DDD was the
DDD
first
too.
Tanner and he won. Good for
Jesus
him.
Christ.
Good God.
Round 3. Oscar is killed. He gave himself a goodbye pie, which he is found holding in death. Honestly incredible. Vincent outright says, honestly, every time this guy's character comes out, I love him every time. And Murder God's like, haha, what character? He's always like that. More adventures for Vincent, being friends and eventual enemies with Francis that will never pay off. Anyway, I think it's time for us to watch the plot scene. I think it's time for the plot scene. The plot scene.
Okay.
Yes, let's
So-
move on.
Madeline, you figured it out yet?
Well, it appears, no, I haven't, because it appears I've been fed false information here.
Okay.
Oh, joy.
Yes, you have been. Yes,
Yes,
you have
I
been.
have been.
Yes, there you go.
Indeed.
Now, since you haven't figured it out yet, here, how about I give you a little hint? Hey, Valencia.
Yes, Vincent.
Oh, wait, what?
Well then.
What? Did you just shoot? You can't shoot. What did you just do? You're not the gunslinger. You're what?
Thank you. This killing business wasn't exactly what I wanted anyway.
What did you...
It's okay, buddy. Go on. Take your nap.
Wait,
Did you just take my gun?
Don't worry about it, Tommy.
I was about to expose them. I was told they...
I'm so proud. You actually knew that one.
No, I was told the wrong thing. I was told that they were innocent, but it appears they misled me. So you're the killer.
Oh, there we go. Finally, yes. Yes, I am. With a little help, actually. Doctor?
Oh, yes. Luckily, it turns out my services as... is it called housekeeper now? Whatever. It's totally the witch.
Shut up! It's the housekeeper.
Thankfully,
Please.
my services as witch were not needed. But I was there to make sure dear Mr. Reed survived.
Thank you, buddy. Now, can you figure it out?
What do you... Wait, I don't understand. Why are you going after me?
Where are we going?
Oh.
Huh?
Did you... You found my cover, didn't you? You knew I was an undercover detective all along, didn't you?
Yeah, in a
Well,
sense.
yes.
I suppose. I guess we did.
Then why didn't you just kill me?
Because you're a little more undercover than you fucking think. You kind of need to realize that.
What are you talking about?
Madeline, what's your name, Madeline? Tell me about yourself.
It's Adeline?
No,
Yes, no, her name is Madeline.
Shut up. Real name. Come on. You're right there.
No, it is Madeline. Madeline Gavin.
Okay, Madeline, where were you before this?
I wasn't invited. I was called here to figure this out. I was
Called
told
here
this
by
place
who?
was suspicious. Well,
What are-
by...
You were called here by me because
No,
you
no,
are.
no, no, shut up.
No, you are after
Shut
all.
your mouth. It is my turn.
Fine then. Your move. Your move.
I don't... Wait. I don't get what you're doing.
Good luck.
What are you doing? It's...
Let's see what you do then.
I don't
Go right
understand.
ahead.
Talk.
I don't understand. I thought you'd kill me, but... I
No,
can't...
no, Madeline, I would never kill you. We need you. We're trying to help you.
What
You
is
just
this?
need to figure it out.
Wait. I don't understand. I can't put the pieces together. What are you doing?
Do I need to spell it out for you,
Vincent!
Matt?
If you please.
Yeah?
That's clearly not working.
She's right there.
Just like Tommy was right there.
What do you mean? He's been with me the whole time.
It's fine, Raccoon. Don't worry about it, to borrow some parlance.
Oh my god, stop.
Now then, I believe our focus is on young Miss Gavin. So many questions, Miss Gavin. Who, what, why? Questions, questions, questions! Isn't it your job to figure it out, to put the pieces together? Why haven't you yet, detective?
You. Wait. Didn't I kill you?
Multiple times.
No, wait, I didn't. I helped you kill someone. No. You killed me. No, wait. What? Why am I... What is this? I keep remembering you, Doctor, but in different ways. You... Raccoon. What did you call me?
Well, I don't really remember. It was probably...
Robinella Hood.
I thought it was a Watson. It might have been a Robinella.
Robinella. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Watson. That was another one, wasn't it?
I felt something from you. You were a rodent? And I killed you because I remembered being... Karen?
What?
I believe she's talking about me.
No, was it you? There was some link. But I pointed the finger at you and you killed me in return. Wait, what? No. I can't keep doing this. I'm going numb. Why am I going numb?
Have you been numb before?
I felt it. No, wait. There's another piece. It's... Watson. I remember a small child. But then I remember her. And something came back and... Yes, I said... No, I can't say it. I can't...
It's all right.
I can't feel it. I can't... Everything's going so numb. But I said, I'll get you for this. You broke your promise?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She did to all of us.
Yes. I remember. The final puzzle piece.
Do you know?
I remember an alleyway. I'd been called to find a murderer. But when I got there, they weren't there. It was her. I just remember her turning and telling me this was the only way she could bring me out. And she offered me a wish, but I told her I had no desire for a wish.
Liar.
No. I didn't request a wish, but I remember being Robinella next. Or was it Watson? Can't remember. I see. We're in a loop, aren't we?
Yes. Yes, we are.
What?
Come on. Keep going. What else?
What's there to keep going about?
There's one little piece of the puzzle you might know, but we don't, and believe me.
We need to know.
When that knowledge is shared, it'll all become so much easier.
Are you talking about my name?
Yes.
Garden. I'm Detective Grace Garden of Scotland Yard. And I was taken here of my own will, not of my will, because I didn't make a wish. And you three, you're in the same boat, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I don't know what you're talking about.
More or less.
Well, this one's a little scrambled, but
It's a work in progress.
good to meet you, Detective.
Yes. You're Vincent. Vincent Marshall Reed.
Ah, so I see you're remembering a bit more.
I feel certain memories. I remember sleeping, but hearing whispers of you and the doctor. Yes, you're trying to break free, aren't you?
We need your help to do so.
We need to free everyone else. We need to let them see the truth. And who better to find it than a detective from Scotland Yard?
Well, I only follow jobs that I'm requested to do, but clearly, since I'm not in a position to do so, tell me, are there more people?
So much more.
Then,
You're only the first.
Then, if it's for the greater good, I shall assist you.
Yes.
Good fucking job. No.
What?
Congratulations. You did it. I mean, you almost broke her, but I guess you did it.
Well, as my piece moved.
Alright. Good move. Grace, was it?
Yes, Grace Garden.
Oh.
Wait, before
What?
you, I assume, put us in another loop, tell me,
Yes.
why did you bring me here when I didn't make a wish?
Oh. But you did.
Oh my god!
Oh,
That makes me all
man.
happy inside.
Thanks for that tee up on that final line. I had absolutely no idea how the fuck I was gonna end that. And then you happened to give me, let's scroll down to the, these are all Valencia art. This is all Valencia art that we'll be starting with, the next one. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, and then you just gave me that. I'm like, oh, thank fucking God. Man, that was so good, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, the improv popped off there.
Yeah, the improv really popped off. Well, mostly, I hear my parts and I want to crawl like into a fire. But you guys all did great. Like, I should have stepped off when I said, fine, your turn, Vincent. That makes me want to crawl into a hole and die, but to be fair, I did not have a ton of experience. I don't know, the energy this gives of, like, what I really like about this one is it really feels like all three of them have to work together to make the thing happen. Like, there's...
I love the fact that Tommy was helpful before he was even Tommy.
And Tommy was being helpful!
Tommy was helpful! Let's go, Tommy!
Let's go, Tommy!
The half-awakened little poor wretch, he was doing his best.
He was helping! And honestly, I'm so glad he survived to do that, because, like, him helping really does actually add a lot. And then it's also great, because that means Grace comes into being and gets to see the situation, which includes this raccoon with this little tree saying, I am Tommy, and Vincent and Doc are just like, yeah, don't worry about it. We're working on that one, it's fine.
We're working on it. Work in progress.
I like to imagine the I am Tommy is just like a little potted flower.
Yes, absolutely.
With a weird glitchy face.
Yes!
Like we have the full-on Rocket Raccoon ripoff, and then we got little flower Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little tiny flower Tommy in full, like, baby Groot mode.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're working on that one.
Exactly, like, listen, it has the energy of, like, they're trying so fucking hard, and then Grace comes in and sees the state of the room, like, the state they've been living in, and they're just like, no, don't look at that! Focus on the victory! You're here!
Sure.
Yeah,
I see this as an absolute win!
Listen, we're still figuring it out. You are step one in our little experimentation here.
Yeah, you're just step one, it's fine. God, shout out to that fucking so many questions detective line. Goes so hard. It's such a good line.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if I planned that ahead of time.
You did plan it ahead of time. Like you just kind of come up with it like off the cuff during the planning session, but that was like one of the only planned lines in the thing. Sure does seem like it was just improv.
Yeah, but it was.
It wasn't. That's the magic.
What I love about this awakening specifically is through the rest of the series, it's like you can tell the Awakened are very much like once they notice somebody's about to awaken, they're very like heads together. This is what we're gonna do, and let's go in and do this. This one was very sort of like off the cuff of like they couldn't really get anywhere because Grace wasn't really playing along, so they kept having to come up with new things in the moment.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. I hope this makes sense, but Vincent very much acts his age in this because Vincent for the whole like 4 seasons I think acts a lot older.
Yeah.
Because he's 26.
He's 26.
I see a 26-year-old here who's trying his best, but just needs a little help.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And Doc genuinely comes across as older, like, hey, maybe reel it back a little.
Whoa there, friend, you might need to slow down.
Yeah, like this one, it just reads so clearly that this has truly never happened before. Like, people coming together to help someone pull out of it like this. Like, they're truly figuring out as they go. All 3 of them don't really know what they're doing in this situation. They're just doing their best.
More or less.
I do kind of like the idea that, because if you look at what they're doing, Vinny is there trying to pressure the person themselves to coax them out.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've established going on in the series, getting it from them is not how that works. That's, you have to give it.
Yeah.
So from it to switch from Vinny like trying to be like, yes, come on, what else do you know? To Doc being like, absolutely not. Here is what's going on. Like, it feels like that should be the thing to break them, but it is canonically actually the most what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is really interesting.
Like, again, another bit of like foreshadowing before we even know what the fuck we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fucking. It's very interesting to me. Sorry.
No, it is super interesting.
No.
The way Grace's awakening happens, for me, it's the most. I'm like, I have no idea if this is how it went for the rest of the show. This one feels the most like collaborative between the awaken. Like, season 4 feels the most collaborative, and partially that's because this season feels the most collaborative because like after this point, we couldn't have all of the awakened in the scene trying to coax the new awakened out. Like, that's just not, until we started scripting back when it was improv, it's like we're not gonna have that many people trying to improv this out. Like, that just wasn't gonna happen. Once we started scripting, we could do more of that bouncing off, but in that in-between state, so I don't know how collaborative the other stuff gets in season 2, but the thing I really like about season 1 is it really feels like these 4 have to pull themselves from absolutely nothing. And I have no idea if this works with the canon of how all the other awakenings go. It's almost like the rules for how awakenings work maybe doesn't make a lot of sense.
No!
It's fine.
I think a little bit with Percy's Awakening it was quite similar, but then after that they got a lot more intense.
Yeah. It kind of... We'll see. Honestly, we'll see as the show goes, because to be frank, I don't fully remember. Like, I remember how the later ones went, but by that point they were fully scripted, and Lotus Eater changed a lot of how we did the show. So, prior to this point, shrug, guess we'll find out. Also, Queen made this art. It looks lovely.
Yeah, made this art. I didn't look at any of these folders beforehand, so I'm just going along when I think it's ready, and surprise, here's the art!
So here's the art!
This is her Awakening art 7 years later.
7 years later. I'm sorry that she woke up and we were still figuring out what kind of show this was.
No, I love it. I said this to Alex before. This beautiful artwork of Party Grace Gone, which, by the way, anytime we entered a Manor House scenario, she would always be wearing this dress just because I really like the dress. What does Alex focus on in this? Karen Blossom up in the corner.
Listen, Karen Blossom is the start of so many cycles of vengeance. It's because Karen Blossom killed Rocket Raccoon that led to him shooting her. And then I remember you shooting me as Rocket Raccoon led to Robinella shooting Doctor. And then that remembering Robinella shooting the Doctor led to Grace Garden waking up. And that led to the Grace and Doc relationship going sour.
Oh
It all comes back to fucking Karen Blossom.
It really does. What an interesting spot for me to have to say we have to take a break, because I gotta wake Steven up for work and make my husband lunch before he goes to work. So we're gonna take a quick little 5-minute break. We will take a quick little break. BRB, everybody, and I guess Alex and Queen can continue to relitigate, and maybe they'll be done by the time we get back, but they probably won't be. Alright, BRB! Hello everybody, welcome back to Snow Leopard time.
Discord murder snap, let's see who's gonna blep.
Let's see who's gonna blep. God. Let's see here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, like, you know, why Grace is the one that I had wake up next. 'Cause, like, you know, I had a bunch of other options. No, we're gonna look closely at this one. First of all, a minor aside to, well, I love that illustration of Grace Garden that I did at the end of this episode. That's the only one where she has, like, so you said a dress, and my room was like, right, so a shirt and a skirt, not like a dress for some reason, because I'm fucking stupid. So that one picture is really cool, but she should not be wearing a fucking t-shirt. So, somewhere in these illustrations, in this illustrations file, is like a drawing that Bro did of Grace, like one of the early ones, and it just happened to, like, have the proper shirt. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
You screenshotted so much shit.
I did screenshot so much shit, and I swear I thought I put it in there. But it's not in there. Oh no, there it is, wait. Top left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually, so Bro is actually the reason why Grace Garden's design looks the way it does. Thank you, Bro Dingles, as always, for saving my life. But yeah, so prior to this point, she sure did have, like, a t-shirt. This was supposed to be a dress, but, you know, my brain was like, yeah, that top looks like a t-shirt. It's because of the collar. I was like, yeah.
Like I didn't do proper research.
God. Stop zooming in!
God. Well, maybe this is when it was, like, she was still gonna be from 2010, and I just changed the outfit.
Yeah, that tracks. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Like, it's interesting because it's like, I had so many options, and here's the thing, like, now I did know you, Queen. We did run in the same circles roughly. We were in Lemon Light before we were in Chrono Trigger the Musical, so, like, I knew you, but I wasn't, like, we didn't, like, hang out a ton or anything like that. Like, I mostly only knew you through DMP, but I don't know, my gut was just like, well, she's a detective, which would be very helpful would be very helpful, and she's very logical, which seems like it would be a good foil, yes, also the seer death count, which, I counteracted the fact that I got so many seers killed by making sure there was no way Grace Garden the seer was gonna die in this episode. So there, it evens out. But yeah, I don't know, like, I felt like she'd have a good rapport with Vincent. And also, we only had, as I count on my fingers, Grace, Christine, and Valencia. And those were the only 3 women who were in our cast. And I was like, I have to have at least one woman wake up in season 1. I'm not doing this to myself. It can't be just Murder God and all these dudes.
Yeah. We're not going to have that one meme of Murder God sitting on the couch and there's a million dudes behind her.
Yep. And like Christine was maybe an option, but I was like, no, first of all, Cammie's too powerful and too intense. The Christine and Junior thing needs some build up. And also, I could feel in my gut, I'm like, Christine is not going to temper Vincent Marshall Reed's fire. She's gonna turn that into an inferno, of which I will have 0 control over. I gotta give this time to simmer. And thus, Grace Garden. Let's see here. So, yeah. We have a lot of other stuff in this that I guess we should go over. First of all, here's DDD as the Tanner, being smug over being the Tanner. And really, if this doesn't explain why Murder God eventually snapped King DDD away and snapped Haley Huang away, I don't know what does.
Yeah. I am a superstar Tanner.
At the start of this episode, people kept joking about making a Goggles Muppet, and so multiple Goggles Muppets were drawn, and that's it. There's no other reason for this. I just found delight in them. Here's some art of Grace that Kikyo made. She's hot. Here's some art of the 3 of them, and they're all hot because Kikyo drew them.
I love this one.
Speaking of which, so Kikyo draws them. I made Vinny look like a K-pop idol, and then shenanigans occurred. Oh no, Grace and Vinny are hot, and McGillicuddy is really cool.
Apparently that's what happens when I draw characters. Well, I made them look hot.
Everyone's hot. I'm sure back in the 50s McGillicuddy was hot.
Are you saying McGillicuddy's not a sexy beast?
I should really make a quotes channel.
Yep. Lol.
I'm saying take away some of the paunch and he might be.
By the end of DMP, I'm just gonna have McGillicuddy out pasted all over my wall. I have one poster, the Anathema poster.
Yeah.
You broke your promise. BRB, gonna make a McGillicuddy worship channel.
McGillicuddy Shrine?
Okay, but please, oh my god. Young lady, temper yourself.
And then this,
Sam!
I kept this because me going, I wonder if I should make an art channel too, or is that excessive? It might be a good way to keep creative work from getting lost in the scroll. And then Phil says, Chris and Alex just said he was making a McGillicuddy. Excuse me, sorry.
Alex just said he was making a McGillicuddy worship channel.
You're right, shit.
That is the art channel.
Yes!
You're all fired. Except for you, Kikyo, you're perfect. Here's the ice cream truck. And then this was sent to our Tumblr. I asked about the ice cream truck in DMP Beach episode by asking if it's anything like the Donkey Cone ice cream truck that shows up in my area every once in a while. Though through my members, I typed "shut up," so the ice cream truck's mascot, I believe I remember correctly, was a Mario wearing orange or something, who was called either Iario or Yario. So now I'm headcaning the 2 ice cream trucks as rivals. I'm headcaning that Donkey Cone exists in the DMP verse. So here is a picture of Donkey Cone, Iario/Yario's rival.
Wow.
Very important to the lore.
Irio.
Here's a Vincent in a Hawaiian shirt. Thank you to May.
Thanks, May.
And there's Murder God in her hot beach wear. She would not wear a bikini because of the gaping hole in her chest, but May had no way of knowing that. She does look cute.
Everyone take your eyes off my wife.
No one is allowed
no,
to.
I am looking disrespectfully.
That's fine.
I'm just looking.
I just really enjoyed pictures of Vincent Marshall Reed in Hawaiian shirts. I just got a lot of joy out of them.
It's a good picture.
This man does deserve a vacation.
He really does.
Oh yeah. 100%.
God, does he deserve a vacation. This was the sketch that Queen did of Bros Valencia. Which I guess we could.
With Valencia for a
Yes, I guess we could hop up to the Valencia art that's up in the actual like show illustrations now. So yeah, so we're not gonna super get into this. Bro's planning on dispensing a bunch of information into the DMP fan server, which, you know, if you wanna join that, let us, you know, you can do that. That exists. If you want a link, let us know. I will give it to you. But yeah, this is Valencia Rose, who caused Vincent Marshall Reed a lot of feelings.
Well, sucks to suck.
Sucks to
I
suck.
remember not.
That's okay. Basically, the short version is, I believe, basically how Valencia reacted to, like, being shot and thanking Vincent for being shot is what made Vincent go, oh shit, these are people. They're people even when they're asleep.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh, right, yeah, oof, ow.
So that's what made him go, oh shit, oh no, everyone here is notably a person, even if they're not conscious, and now that is also something I have to deal with. Vincent's
Yikes.
doing fine.
Oops.
Casually caps a bitch and then gets thanked for it.
And then he's like, oh no.
Oh,
Also,
wait a minute.
also shout out to the
Like that.
the gun sound effect, which I think was being played off of your phone.
It was. Yeah. Good old ancient times.
Back before we
I
had.
mean, I couldn't exactly fire an actual gun, now could I?
No, that would be against the law.
Yeah, we'd never do anything against the law.
No, never.
No, absolutely
I
not.
always loved, like, in later seasons when all of you use, like, gunshot, like, effects, because obviously you had something in your house. Me, obviously I can't, because I'm in the UK, we don't have guns.
Well, it's mostly Split that has a gun in his house. Everyone else is using sound
Hello.
effects.
Yeah.
I like guns. I like guns a lot.
And even then, his guns are never loaded, I think.
No.
But
Okay,
yeah,
what do you think
let's
I
see
am?
here.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Click on
here
that.
it begins. It begins. This is actually It Begins 2. We have to start with It Begins 1.
Where the fuck is It Begins 1?
What?
It should be.
Where the fuck is It Begins 1?
Why? That's a good question. Oh well, I don't know why it's. Oh well, we'll start with
Jesus
It
Christ.
Begins
Kristen,
2.
when you said young McGillicuddy, I did not
Oh,
think
there it
was
is.
this.
There he is.
Oh, the little boy.
So somebody caught a bit of hyperfixation when she heard about McGillicuddy's family, and I've documented a lot of. This isn't even all of it.
Oh my, you little. Yes, well, I had this idea in my mind, which obviously didn't make sense, of just like his son would be like, oh, I'll follow in my dad's footsteps, I'll be like a little mini doctor. Which I guess in the retrospect, if he's mad and all he remembers is like his wife misses and his son Junior, it kind of makes sense a little bit. But I think the one thing I was hyper-focusing on was when Doc said, I have a son called Junior, he's an adorable little thing. So I translated that in my head, oh, he must be super young, which makes no sense because Doc is super old. But yeah. Yeah, I run him out with this little guy.
Yes, you did. Let's see the rest of them.
Let's see the rest of this.
Alright, I'm gonna go hide under the table now.
There he is in the
That's
50s.
terrifying.
It's a McGillicuddy.
He looks very Mario in this one. And you were like, you felt self-conscious about him being too Mario, so then you made him less Mario.
Yep, there. Now he's less Mario.
Now he looks closer to Kato, actually.
Makes sense.
And
And
then
then Kikyo get in
drew
on
him, and the Kikyo's is especially. I can see why this man would actually be Kato in a different life. And there's his wife.
It's the wife.
Now, I have justification for this, because I went to Alex saying, hey, I was wondering if I could draw her, what does she look like? He sent me a reference that looked very similar to this, so I just went with it.
Like a liar.
I used this for my commission guidelines for the longest time, like an example of shaded artwork. But yeah, she's beautiful.
We got that.
Ow.
And then Kikyo drew her.
Kikyo drew wife.
Kikyo drew wife.
The Virgin Mrs. the Chad Millie.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh yeah, this is definitely what Mrs. McGillicuddy looks like.
Yeah.
Come in, Mrs. Millie McGillicuddy, beating the shit out of everyone with a pipe
I
wrench.
was gonna say, I feel like Millie McGillicuddy would see that picture and then immediately just be like, well, now I have to go beat someone up who thought I would be like this.
Who the fuck put me like this?
Yes, exactly. So a fan made this, and I went, haha, yeah, it will never be canon. Haha, that's wild. Would be wild if this was canon. Wouldn't that be crazy if Vincent X Murder God was canon? Wouldn't that just be so, haha, but it will never happen. Haha, let's hit the next button.
Unless.
So then Queen made this, and I just thought it was neat. So we're gonna go through this. Why did I include the screenshots on Discord? I don't know. It added to the energy. So here she is, being all snarky, and then he stops her from snapping. Oh my god. But now oh my god, they're holding hands.
They're holding hands. Oh my god.
And then oh my god, they're holding hands.
They're holding hands. Oh my god, so rude. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my god, what if they kiss?
What if they kiss? Unless.
Don't. And then I'm like, I am so it'll never be canon. I ship it so much. Please save me from myself. It would never work. And yet.
Little did you know that and yet was very important.
That and yet was very important.
That and yet was doing so much heavy lifting.
That was a load-bearing and yet.
Yes, it is. It's a very load-bearing and yet. Tara commissioned this for me. She commissioned this art of Vincent and Murder God in full romance novel, a thing written by her character, the old priestess. So I made all the text here. #1 best-selling author of Not Till Death Do Us Part. He gave her his soul, but all she wants is his heart. Behold his beautiful abs and his sexy dog tags.
So
jarring to see. It is canon, but it's jarring.
So jarring.
It's art.
Funny.
It's art. It's art.
She also commissioned me for this, and I just and that's when he said "fuck you," and like I love the pushback, but he's so ungrateful. All I did was kill his son in his arm. Yes, dear, that's dreadful. Alexa, play Despacito.
Oh, I miss old priestess. That was a time.
Tara is still like this. This is just our friendship, honestly.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Juno just drew this, and I was like, well, now I have to show people this murder life.
You gotta.
And then there's the Vincent body pillow. He has a wife.
That's a wife.
Let's see the front.
Oh, yeah. And what front?
There
no.
Right. Just giving you the fucking, like, the disappointed dad look.
Yes.
Go to your room. How dare you have a body pillow?
How dare you? But yes, so that was the shenanigans. Now let's see if there's any other behind-the-scenes stupidity. Yes. Now I'm just imagining dumb shit Murder God probably owns. Coffee mug that says #1 Murder God. Dumb shirt that says where is your god now, and on the back it says right here, bitches.
Probably ordered it from Zazzle.
100% yes. She has a Zazzle store, but purely for shit she wants for herself.
Oh my god, I forgot Zazzle was a thing.
The internet remix
I think
Zazzle
mine on the internet
exists.
My name on the internet Zazzle store might technically still be up, so
God.
I never bothered to look at it after putting it back up.
Incredible. So I'm doing some research while typing stuff up for the next episode, and I came across this website, party411.com, murder mystery dinner games.
My eyes.
And now all I can think of is the Murder God pouring over this thing like, yes, it has party in the name of the website, but I'm just not sure any of these themes are me.
Oh, nothing screams murder like hot pink and disco.
Somebody sent us this on Tumblr, and angsty murder god, angsty murder god, angsty murder god, angsty murder god. I'm not sure if I feel called out or just confused.
Well, chanting won't make the murder god angsty, lol.
Yes, she's never been angsty in her entire endless life. I said like a complete liar.
I refuse to believe Murder God didn't have a face when she locked herself in a room reading Wuthering Heights and Sylvia Plath, then came out reading Pride and Prejudice.
That is absolutely a thing that Casilda Howard did for sure. Like, 100%. Has done all of that.
All of that.
God. Alright, next. Shh. It's fine. I am never running a Shrek scenario for DMP. I have some standards. Also, there's so much anime for me to reference, and I'm garbage.
You can reference all the anime, and my knowledge stops at Kill la Kill is kinda lame.
I know, that's the best part. You'll never know. Actually, I've made very few anime references, but the point is, I could. Me realizing I could just make my character a weeb.
Yeah. Anime reference? Are we getting an anime scenario?
I have a few.
A few.
Uh-huh.
A couple.
Yes, and as proof, here's the DDD Worship channel, and the first picture in the DDD Worship channel.
Which gets posted in to this day, mind you. In fact, got posted in exactly today.
Yes!
I forgot.
He is risen!
I forgot the DDD Worship channel existed. It had completely blotted from my mind until I was scrolling through the chat and it was mentioned, and then I went, what? Goes back to the archived, my little archived menu, opens it, looked at the one chat I have muted in there, which is the DDD Worship channel, which I muted, well, shortly into this. So let's go to the next one.
I'm not even gonna try that.
No, give it a shot.
Oh!
These are the days where I look back to being cast in Chrono Trigger the musical and I have no regrets. Won't you?
Same, Amy. Same.
I'm muting this chat.
This is also the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. This needs to be burned. Burn all that shit down like the fucking Library of Alexandria.
God.
Oh,
Get rid of that channel entirely.
Oh, yeah, I just want to hug Valencia for reasons. Lol.
Are they gay reasons?
They are very gay reasons.
We know.
I'm gay for basically everyone in this picture, except McGillicuddy, who is a married man.
Kristen is gay for Vincent.
Just a bit, but damn, everyone looks lovely here.
Being gay for characters has nothing to do with sexual orientation.
But Vinny's a married man.
Shh.
Can't believe the murder got fucked Vincent's wife.
Oh my god! She sure did.
So funny in context.
I've come to make an announcement.
Yes?
No, that was a reference to
okay.
It's a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, one day McGillicuddy's going to take off his glasses to reveal his beautiful eyes and I'll be instantly smitten. I'll just have to accept that I have a crush on every damn character in DMP. Including my own. And then this was made.
What?
No! I'm so confused now!
Kill it with fire.
No!
Cursed.
Kill it with fucking
It's so
fire.
cursed. So yeah, and
so
I
bad.
realized I had to stop taking screenshots or we'd be doing this literally forever. Although actually we've gotten here at 10:30. So actually, even though we had so many, we've actually completed this in a reasonable time frame. Incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see here as I go. So yeah, that's all of the stuff in here. As I'm looking through our notes, I tend to a distillery, it says Oliver Garden. Hi, Percy from the Alcoholic Universe!
Because you were doing a southern accent with it. And I was like, Oliver Garden, tending to a distillery. That's just Percy. That's just Percy if his farm was an alcohol farm.
Yeah, that's
To be
true.
honest with you, I don't even remember if that was intentional or not. I think it was just because at some point I read through the synopsis of the scenario and it was just like Southern was in the description. I was like, oh, Southern, I can do that. Insert Southern character here. Click.
I'm love that this is the image we've chosen to stay on.
I hate that this is the image we've chosen to stay on.
This is the image I have chosen to stay on.
And I hate it. I hate it so much.
Look,
Dragoon, I need you to hang this in the
Don't
castle.
Oh my
zoom in,
God.
Don't zoom in. Get out of there. Don't zoom in. Do not go past there. Do not collect
Thank you.
$200.
Zoom in half.
Right there.
Thank you. Look, Split, just be comforted by the knowledge that Murder God did not cuck Vincent's wife.
Yeah,
That's not what
because of the
happened.
knowledge that you actively tried to make sure Abby wasn't acknowledged. She sure showed you, motherfucker.
She sure showed me. I'm like, well, there's no way this can ever be canon, so I'll just pretend that Abby's not there. And then Abigail Reed showed up, and she like,
Then she very much made herself known.
pulled out her gun and went, "I'll make it canon, but at a price."
I can't read the energy of this image, but to me personally, it's screaming, "Are we done? Can I go home now?"
It's very cute.
Listen, snow leopards have an energy about them at all times. This is just facts.
They really do.
Love the snow leopard.
In the Q&A, we only have one question. Did Murder God know she wanted Vincent to be her successor in season 1, or did that come later? So I can't say for sure. At this point, the answer is no, because I hadn't fully written Murder God's full-on actual backstory with this. Like, we'd been discussing, like, the initial pitch, but I hadn't fully worked out what that was, because in the initial pitch, Doc's supposed to be her successor. But then I was like, Vincent's the hero, and then the gears started cooking in my mind, and I went, wait a fucking minute. If Doc / Chaos God has to be completely outside of this, and I've got a nemesis thing here. Ooh, wait. And then I was like, would it be too self-indulgent though? Like, that seems really self-indulgent for this to be a whole cycle where she used to be the hero. And would it be too self-indulgent for me to give her like 2 backstories? That seems like it would be really self-indulgent of me. I already think that there's no way people would want to listen to me talk that much.
Jesus, it's your show.
I acknowledge that perhaps in retrospect this is a little silly.
Moral of the story is Murder God knew she wanted Vincent for something. She just was a little confused about it.
Yes. Yeah, like there's like all this fan art that I did not save because I was worried we wouldn't be able to get through all of it. Fun fact, Grace Garden, someone did a closet cosplay of her within 24 hours of her coming into being. Yep. And then of course there was a bunch. Yep, and of course, bunch of Doc art, bunch of Vincent art, bunch of Murder God art. There was this art that Queen did of, like, Tommy and Vincent. That was of Vincent basically like, Tommy, I am so sorry. And it was so intense and so good. The friendship energy, so good. Immaculate. It was so good, and I wish I'd saved it, and I didn't. I'm sorry. We could dig through the fan art now, but the fan art chat didn't exist until a little after this point, so that can't help us. If anyone in the chat has questions, we'll take them. Yeah.
Otherwise, I will return to Netflix Death Fiesta. This is a threat.
Otherwise, Alex will return to Netflix Death Fiesta. This is a threat, which we could do, but we are about to, because next stream will not be Discord Murder Book Club, because Queen will be out of town.
I will be in the French dimension.
She'll be in the French dimension, which is honestly the funniest way you could make us have to delay this episode. So.
She's being stolen by the French.
How dare you find Kato without us?
Right, listen. Look, I wanted to take the chair on holiday, okay? He deserves a treat.
No, he doesn't! He
No,
pointedly does not deserve any sort of treat!
He's a piece of shit.
I make
He's
He's standing in a chair for a reason.
He has supported me whilst I've been doing my writing. Yes, I've been sitting on him.
Listen, we know your kinks, but that doesn't mean we have to say that he's a good person like a liar.
I choose to believe Grace says this shit whenever Charlie and Oz visit, and every time Charlie and Oz are, she's just like, he deserves a treat, and they're both like, no, he doesn't!
Oh, but he's so caring.
He abused your bestie!
He abused your He's literally Grace,
man.
I need you to understand in the meta, he's the only character that's unforgivable in this show.
But look at it!
Yeah, I see.
I'm looking at him and I want him dead!
God.
Grace, being turned into a chair was the nicest possible thing we could have done to him.
That is true. No, she is saying that with dripping sauce. Like, she knows what he's done, but it's also the case of, like, she doesn't want to be horribly cruel to him. God.
Grace, it's fine.
He's one below Hitler in terms of, like, you could be the worst, most cruel person to them in the world, and you would still get into the gates of heaven with a pat on your back.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what
It would add points if you were a piece of shit to them.
Exactly. He's the heirloom to the Garden family, the worst torture imaginable.
Oh yeah, I guess we could ask, is there anything we would change from this episode?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would be sat closer to the fucking microphone. I wish me and Gail had switched places. I don't know why Gail was sat in front of the microphone, but that's why I'm so quiet at the end, because I'm trying to, like, lean in to
God. There's, I think I mentioned there's some, like, I really wish I just had Murder Gods say, fine, your turn, and had her step back. That's my personal, I want to crawl into a fire moment. I can't even say I mind that the beach scenario was so short because it's so fucking funny how it ended.
Yeah.
Like, everyone, like, just the chaos happened while Doc and Vincent were just at the bar discussing their plans, and honestly, that's the funniest way that could have gone.
Yeah.
God, like,
Mine is I wouldn't have died early twice.
I mean, that's fair, but you did not have a choice in either of that. You can't change that.
No, I did not. No, I did not. But you specifically asked, is there anything we would have changed?
That's true.
You didn't ask how realistically it was.
That's fair. God, I
wish I was a little smoother in the Doc Vinny scene. Like, you can clearly, like, there's too many silences for me that make me want to crawl into a hole because it's clearly me trying to figure out what to say next.
See, it's so funny because it doesn't read that way at all on Listen. Like, to me, this just reads as two dudes shooting the shit at the bar, so it feels completely natural. But I often find that's the case with, like, I find whenever people are watching stuff like they see their improv like, oh, here's all the spots where I was clearly struggling in improv, and then the people who are watching it were like, no, that seemed completely natural, actually, and I'm just like, how could you say that? You're incorrect.
How could you lie to me
How
like
could
this?
you lie to me? And they're like, no, we're telling the truth. Why would you want to listen to me talk? Why are you drawing art of this character? You hate her, right?
See, here's the difference, right? I have actively hung out with people at the bar that I have never met before, that I was getting to know at the bar. I'm a lot better at that.
Looks like, no, I just have more, I have more experience now.
Not extended silences. Like, there is fervent conversation.
I guess I just wouldn't know because the only cocktail I know is a White Russian.
You also know a Moscow Mule.
I know a Moscow Mule now. I didn't even really know what a Moscow Mule was then because, like, the only reason I learned what a Moscow Mule was is because my favorite gummy bears put out, like, these Moscow Mule gummies. No, I guess I did know what they were because I bought them and we ate them when we were listening to Waltz at 2 in the morning.
So true, and they were so good.
They were so good.
It was such a good time.
I love Moscow Mules. Non-alcoholic.
Alcoholic.
God. Man, so here's a question. Do you want to talk about Grace's whole, like, DID situation, or do you want to, like, hold off on that?
That was something I wanted to save for episode 10.
Okay, we'll save it for episode 10.
Yeah, I'll touch on it a tiny bit in the sense of what I was trying to aim for wasn't a DID thing at first. It was a Jekyll and Hyde thing because I just studied it.
Mm-hmm.
But ironically enough, even though I just studied it, I had completely misunderstood it. It was the idea of not that it was a split personality. It's a man who found a way to release his inhibitions in a very suppressive timeline.
Yes.
So that's what I was aiming for. I just didn't come across very well because I didn't do the right research to it. But that's something I'll elaborate more around in a bit.
Yeah. We'll talk about it more then.
Genuinely, that makes so much. I don't think I've ever been around when you've mentioned that. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I also did not know that that's what you were going for, and now that I'm told, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
No, actually, now that you mention it, I think you did mention this to me at some point, but I forgot how it.
Because, like, it is what you did in a matter of, like, yeah, okay, fuck.
You've just blown Split's mind. He's going full, like, brain explosion. Like, neurons are firing. Everything's coming together.
Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Yeah.
You know what happens when I have a second wind.
I do know what
talk.
I do. It's great. I love it every time.
I guess, like, the only thing with that is that, like, it was kind of fine until season 2 where I kind of got stuck on what to actually do with her, and it wasn't until I called you Split one night and explained the situation did you say, well, maybe it's not DID, maybe it's something else going on, and that's how we recontextualized it, and that's what led to the Lotus Eater in the end. So
yeah,
thank you, you fixed Grace God.
What I've been doing the whole show.
Yeah.
He did it. Look, it's fine. Everything's going fine for Vincent. This episode, he managed to help Grace, which is definitely not going to blow up in his face. He just had a realization that sleepers are absolutely people, even when they're, like, in their sleeper state, which is totally fine and is not going to cause him problems. He and Doc just set up some foreshadowing flags that he doesn't know it are about to cause him a lot of problems in, like, 2 years.
Right, yeah, this is all good things.
Nothing.
Also, gotta very pointedly point out that first note did not actively help Grace Garden. Was actively hurting Grace Garden. Doc had to step in.
Was actively fucking it up. Doc had to help him.
Which, depending on where you are in their relationship, maybe that's a positive.
Oh, God. It's going great for him.
Yeah.
Everything's going so great.
He's so good at his job.
I actually find it really sweet that, like, Doc helped Vincent awaken Grace, and then Vincent helped Grace awaken Percy. I thought that was a really nice chain down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love when the awakened help each other.
Yeah. Those good old days.
Those good old days. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've got 15 minutes left, but there are no more questions, and this is an awkward spot to get into Netflix Death Fiesta, I think, since that's going to be our thing for next week.
So, what I would then change about this episode...
Yes.
When I was Speed Racer, I would talk even faster.
You know what? You're so fucking right. Should have been completely incomprehensible.
Absolutely incomprehensible, yes.
Not a single person should have had a chance of understanding what I was saying.
Yes, obviously.
No,
God. But yeah, in that case, I know we've got 15 minutes left, but since there are no more questions, and you know, it's been a good stream. This feels like the appropriate spot to stop. I think we will pause it here. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hopefully this Wednesday there will actually be a stream when I usually have a Wednesday stream. We are manifesting here. And then next Sunday tune in for Netflix Death Fiesta and probably some other DMP related stuff. We'll see. Yeah, so good night everybody. Bye. Bye.